England striker Ivan Toney joined Drive Today's show and was asked whether he wants to see Arsenal win the title. What?
Arsenal fans hate me as it is, so I can't say too much. But now, I do want them to win. I think it's boring City winning all the time. It would be nice for another team to win. Also, a couple friends at Arsenal also. So I think, it'll be special for them. Obviously being so close for so long, and hopefully they can finally get over the line. But I think they know City have been there, done it. So City have that little advantage, but I feel like Arsenal maybe can do it this time.
Yuck. That's what I'm going to say. Do not want Arsenal winning the title. I'm a Chelsea fan, right? It's the way it should be, right? It's the way it should be, Dina. Don't look at me like that. I don't want Arsenal winning the title, mate. All right? I've said all season they will, and I fear I'm going to be proven right. All right? I don't want to win the title.
Right. I thought the massive London derby was Spurs-Tottenham. Spurs-Arsenal.
Yeah, right? They're North London derby, yeah.
So who's Chelsea's biggest rivals? Spurs?
In London, Spurs. I mean, they say Fulham and QPR and Brentford. They're not. No.
So why do you hate Arsenal then?
No, I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want Arsenal to win the title.
Why?
Because they're London. I don't want anyone in London doing well. In fact, someone's got to win the Premier League title. Give it to Man City. That's all I've got to say. Give it to City.
Well,
no, not give it to City.
What's your reasons for that? Just because they're not from
Arsenal
London?
fans are unbearable. They're unbearable. They haven't won the title in 22 years. They're still unbearable, all of them. Honestly, the entitlement from them. Their Premier League record for the last 22 years, they've not been involved in it, right? Okay, they've had a couple of skirmishes with City. Their European status is absolutely disgustingly bad.
Good evening and welcome to the Final Word phone-in with me, Majestic, alongside the former Crystal Palace gaffer, Alan Pardew. And we've just seen Arsenal regain their 5-point advantage at the top of the Premier League against Chelsea and leave Chelsea in 6th, 3 points behind Liverpool. So the phone lines are now open for you to have your say. 03 717 22 3344. Elsewhere, it was a huge win for Brighton, Fulham and Manchester United, whilst Nottingham Forest, Tottenham and Palace all stay stuck in the bottom half of the table. Remember, talkSPORT is bigger than ever. Come see us in glorious HD on our wonderful new studio on the 17th floor of the News Building in London. But now it's all about you and your views. So give us a call, 03 717 22 3344. It's Madge and Pards. It's the Final Word on talkSPORT. That's right, it's the Final Word here on talkSPORT with me, Majestic, and Alan Pardew. Madge and Pards on a Sunday afternoon. I go away, I come back, it's the same. Spurs are rubbish, and Arsenal are top of the league.
Yeah, well, as I say, I didn't sense that Tottenham played very well today. No. I mean, obviously, that against the giants that are Fulham.
Your team.
Yeah, who are having a great season. On and off, there have been a little bit of tricky patches here and there, but in the whole, having a damn good season.
We've got to talk about Arsenal. Chelsea come, another big test for them, and they get it over the line, don't they? That's what they do. Winners, Arsenal are.
Well, actually, today, Arsenal scored 3 from set plays. So, it just sticks into the format that they're all about. I mean, they are so big. I mean, Chelsea, I think, just looking at the game, the size of Arsenal, they were just sometimes, physically you got to be big enough. And unfortunately, Chelsea looked too small today on all set plays.
Arsenal, they are just too good in the air, aren't they?
They're powerful. They got powerful bodies. Their timing's good. Sometimes I remember at Crystal Palace we had Scotty Dan, who was brilliant at first contact, and what he was great at, not so much that he was so much bigger than anybody else. He was normal size for centre half, but his timing was absolutely brilliant, and that's what Gabriel's got. Not only is he big, his timing is perfect. He gets the flight of the ball. He moves his feet quick enough. He's a bit like Muhammad Ali in that box. He can, get around the box and get something on it. And first contact is massive for Arsenal, and they're very, very good at it. Of course, the delivery from Rice in particular is out of this world. And
who would have thought 5 months ago, even 3 months ago, Pards, we'd be saying that Manchester United are third in the Premier League. We got to doff our cap, haven't we, to Michael Carrick, who we're a big fan of on this show, Pards.
We are a big fan, and not only that. If you would have said to me when he took over, remember he come out with that shout, "Oh, we got to get Champions League football," and I thought that was almost kind of
playing to the gallery.
Yeah, and automated in him. It almost you've got to say that, Michael. Our fans, now look where they are. The same points as Villa, incredible, and the goal difference slightly better, incredible. So well done, Michael. Well done, Man United. And Fernandes, did you know what he broke a record today?
Oh, tell me, we like your stats, Pards.
He got 100 assists today.
Wow.
So he's now got 100 goals and 100 assists. You know the 2 other players who've got that for Man United? There's only 2.
All Scholes?
No.
Oh.
I know, it's surprising, wasn't it? I would have said Scholesy straight away.
Bex?
Nope.
Oh, wow. Rooney?
One other, obviously the legend who
Ryan
played
Giggs.
for about 14 years.
Yeah,
Ryan Giggs, yeah. Ryan Giggs smashes them all, both of them, to pieces, to be honest. But still, in a team that hasn't really, dominated, the other 2 have played in dominating Man United teams.
Yeah.
So Fernandes to get that today.
He's been fantastic.
Yeah, brilliant.
And then you look at Brighton, of course, a former Man United player, Danny Welbeck.
Yes.
Another goal.
Yep.
England, should they be looking at him? Could be a person on the plane.
I still think that position's Ivan Toney's mine, but that's just a personal choice because of his hunger and desire. And
double figures for Danny Welbeck this season.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm obviously a big fan, so I'm all up for him. So if he went, I'd have absolutely no problem with it. But I'd still like to see Ivan Toney on the plane, personally.
And then we've got to talk about, of course, at Fulham, Craven Cottage, Fulham 2, Tottenham 1, the inconsistency of VAR. It's ridiculous. This whole thing with the hands on the back. It's either a foul or it's not a foul. They are the exact same carbon copy challenges of Mawani against Gabriel. And then
Can I tell you how that come to me, right? Because I didn't actually watch that game. But when someone told me about it, I thought, here we go. Spilt milk from Spurs fans. This is but it's a tiny little bit. No, he actually takes him out of the situation where he's going to head the ball.
100%.
So I'm with you on that. But the Fires had a disastrous weekend. The handballs at Burnley, Rice today, Rangers. I don't know if you've seen the Rangers goal. Wow, I mean, it's incredible. And then I think Bournemouth game, they played 12 minutes.
Yep.
12 minutes because of these decisions taking so long, and a lot of kind of the ugly side of football reared its head this weekend. The
problem is we have taken out the human error, okay, and we're leaving it to, there's a human in charge of VAR, right? But you could sometimes just say, when a ref got it wrong, okay, they got it wrong. That ref got it wrong this week, and he got it right last week, etc. Now, because we're slowing down the game, we're seeing it in slow motion. Your hands are on his back. And then it was like last week, again, I come in for pelters because I was like, at the end of the day, the Moani one against Gabriel, it is a foul.
In my book, it was a foul.
It's a foul.
And the one today was a foul.
It's a foul, yeah. So, yeah, 03717 223344, because at the end of the day, Fulham getting an early goal like that, it sets the precedent for the rest of the game.
Yeah, of course, because, and obviously I can talk as a football manager in the Premier League, the stats of scoring the first goal in terms of you collecting a point or even more free are absolutely extraordinary, how it changes the game. And obviously it changes your mindset in the game.
Of course it does.
And not just for the playing staff, for the staff on the sidelines as well. You're thinking about changes to protect that lead. You're thinking of tactics to completely nullify the opposition, etc., etc.
So there are plenty of talking points in the show today. VAR at the centre of attention yet again. Spurs fans, a lot of my friends who are Spurs fans are messaging me, we're going down. We're going down. They are so worried right now. Me, less so.
Yeah.
Only reason being, West Ham and Nottingham Forest exist. And that is my only reason why. And their games that they've got coming up, we'll talk about that later on in the show.
Yeah, for sure.
Man United fans, third in the Premier League. Do you go and give Michael Carrick the job now? Or is it lesson learned from Solskjaer when they gave him another deal? I remember I was live on air on talkSPORT at the time. And Arsenal, what a performance from you guys today. That was the performance of champions, in my opinion, setting down a marker.
Well, hold on a minute, because Manchester City put in a performance at Leeds of champions.
Agreed. But one of them are top of the Premier League right now.
This is going to go to the wire.
It's fantastic for the Premier League.
Yeah.
And again, looking at Semenyo scoring yesterday, what a buy by Manchester City. What a buy.
And they still haven't got him on long throws yet. When Pep suddenly dawns on him that Semenyo can throw it in the middle of the goal, by the way, which he can, we might see Man City turn into a set play team. I mean, what a signing. For me, he's the signing of the season, because when I see him at Bournemouth, I was like astonished. In fact, Bournemouth couldn't get him on the ball enough.
Yeah.
And he was still standing out a mile.
Yeah, he's brilliant.
Yeah.
So plenty to talk about with you, because it is your show with your opinions. It is the final word. So give us a call on 03717 223344. That's
Can I just throw something in? Though?
Yeah.
The boys were talking earlier about the indiscipline of Chelsea has reared its head again today and cost them a situation. So the guys were talking about earlier, Perry, etc., about Sam Matterface, about, is there enough experience in that team?
We questioned that many times, haven't we?
Yeah, is there, what is it? And I don't know if there's a bit of entitlement, with some of them young players, that they're at Chelsea and,
they're all good.
Yeah, we're brilliant and et cetera, world club champions. I don't know if they need to be a bit humble. Maybe like that word needs to be put up in the dressing room.
But Kendrick Lamar, humble, put it on.
Let's put it on. Is that a song?
It is a song.
Okay.
03717 223344. Plenty to get your teeth into. Of course, if you want to talk about the Old Firm as well, finished.
I want to talk about the Old Firm.
Rangers 2, Celtic 2, coming from
Furious.
2 down. So, so much to talk about. The lines are now open. Don't forget, you can watch us on YouTube and your smart TV. It's Sunday night. There's only one place you want to be. It's Magic Pods. Back together again here on talkSPORT.
So when an old friend I know drops by to say hello, will I still see suspicion in your eyes?
Absolutely.
There we go again, Ray. Here we go.
Come on now.
You're asking where I've been.
Whoa.
You can't see the tears are real, I'm crying. Sing it, Ray.
We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Build our dreams on suspicious minds. That's beautiful.
Right, people can put the radio back
Right,
on.
I just want to hear the bit in the ghetto from the man himself, Elvis. This is a classic.
There's a snowflake on a cold and grey Chicago morning. A poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries. 'Cause if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? A child needs a helping hand, or he'll grow to be an angry young man someday.
Welcome back to the final word here on talkSPORT with me, Majestic, and Alan Pardew, as we digest the whole weekend of football here on talkSPORT. The phone lines are now open on 03717 22 3344. I'll give it to Pardew. Do you want a Chelsea fan or an Arsenal fan?
Chelsea.
Let's go straight to John then. Good evening, John.
Hello, boys. You all right?
Yeah, not bad. How are you feeling after that game?
Oh, it's kind of stressful watching the team every week, to be honest. I'm just feeling like Rafinha's not getting it tactically right at all. I think today is a big mess up, really.
In what way do you think you got it wrong?
It's more so the players that he's got on the bench that I feel he should bring on a bit earlier, especially against teams like Arsenal. There were times when I felt we could have stretched the game a bit more. If we would have brought on, say, Garnacho a bit earlier, he's a world-class player. I can't believe we still got him on the bench.
Yeah, I agree with that completely. As soon as he came on, he made such an impact when you had 10 men. If you had 11 men, dear.
Well, hold on a minute. Garnacho has been a disaster in some games.
No. Absolutely not. Every time I watch him, I watch Chelsea regularly. I go up there regularly. Every time I watch him come on, he changes the game. And I just feel if we started him regularly or brought him on earlier, we would have a much better chance against these teams.
Do you remember him playing against West Ham when he played against West Ham?
Yeah, but West Ham's like kicking the park, kicking ball in the park.
No. He got taken off half time. He was a disaster. So he hasn't been brilliant all the time. But I have to say that Palmer playing on the left today was a slight problem for me because he was leaving that right side a little bit vulnerable. And also, when he come on a sub in the cup game in the 10 position, he caused havoc. So I would have liked to have seen him in the 10 today, personally.
I would personally like to see him actually playing up top, number 9.
Well, okay, as a false number 9, maybe.
That would be brilliant. And we could have either side Garnacho.
John, I'm going to throw a stat at you, John, right? Chelsea in this season, 9 red cards. It's the most red cards by a team in the Premier League season, right? Underneath you, Sunderland in the 2008-09 season, they're on the same numbers, right? What do you think it is about Chelsea at the moment with these red cards and the discipline? Do you think it's a lack of leadership?
Lack of leadership. We're quite a young, inexperienced team, so we need a leader there. I really feel like, a few years ago when we had Thiago at the back there, older players like that, I've seen them being about in the game. I felt like then we were a bit more in control of games. At the moment, we've got nobody there like that.
No, I completely agree with you. Thiago was such a massive player for you, and of course, that's why he ended up winning the Champions League. Just looking at the league position now, with Chelsea dropping out of that top 5, 3 points behind Liverpool. Liverpool with a great win at the weekend against West Ham, and they've got a decent run-in coming up. You concerned about dropping out of the Champions League places and not being in it next season, especially with, you know, the amount of money spent at Chelsea?
Not at all, because we're going to win the Champions League.
Oh, I like that, John.
We're going to win it.
You think you got the experience to win it?
Oh, well, you know, the other times we've won it, did we have the experience then? It's Chelsea, you know, we're Champions League, we're gravy in the Champions League, we're Champions League quality. That's our game. We'll win European competitions most of the times we play in them. We get to finals, we get to semis. So absolutely, I believe we can win it.
John, you're telling me tonight, on the 1st of March, champions of Europe once again is going to be Chelsea.
Absolutely, it's going to be Chelsea. We're going to be lifting it, and do you know who we're going to beat in the final?
Arsenal. Great call, John. Thank you very much. Let's clip that up. Make sure John comes back. We got the receipt from John. Let's go over to an Arsenal fan. Ian, you're going to get beaten in the Champions League final by Chelsea. What do you reckon?
No way at all. I wanted to pick up firstly. I'm obviously an Arsenal fan, but how outstanding Reece James was today. He wow. Not just his set piece delivery, but watching him there, and you know, and I think on the commentary today, I wasn't at the game, you know, knowing that for England we're going to have Rice and James with their set pieces. He was outstanding. But as Alan said, I think today Chelsea. Firstly, I'll comment about Arsenal in a minute because I am worried. Chelsea. They're indisciplined, like the throwing of the ball at the end and the tackle from Neto. I'd be fuming if I was his manager. That tackle, I think they might have got a point out of that game. Had they stuck it with 11 men, I think Delap looked good when he came on. But it's similar to the Brentford game. We huffed and puffed at the end of that game, and Brentford were brilliant. We were in a game today, and we were huffing and puffing, but Rice, before the injury, looks leggy. Zubimendi's out of sorts. Saka played better towards the end of the game. But other than Raya, I don't know, either of you. You tell me who man of the match was for Arsenal, because we're just looking leggy.
I've got to say Raya's man of the match for that just the save at the end alone.
I agree, but Martinelli, Trossard was poor today. That's the good thing about Arsenal. Martinelli looked like he had some legs today.
Yeah, no, he did. I've always rated Martinelli. I think he's a good player.
Rice, you know, I'm always an advocate of Rice, but today he just didn't look there. He just looks tired.
Do you know what, Ian? I think you're playing so much football, right? And the pressure is on right now, isn't it? Every game you go into is a cup final for you lot.
Yeah.
And you can just sense it. You can sense the energy. Even watching it with
they had
someone...
7 days off this week, though.
Yeah, that's going to be massive.
No, they had it this week.
Oh yeah.
So they had a nice build-up. So there was no need for it. But I actually thought there was 2 or 3 not quite on it, particularly offensively. I thought Gabriel, by the way, was man of the match because not only does he get first contact on stuff, he seals them up.
Yeah,
he's such an important player. And I think he brings...
Apart from when he's parachuting out of the sky when he's getting touched by...
Well, yeah, okay. But he's also, you know, that leadership quality around the group.
Oh, yeah.
Which
massive.
Chelsea are massively missing. And can you read that stat out against Chelsea? Is that correct? Well, they have more red cards than anybody else in the Premier League? That can't be right.
I just received it in our WhatsApp group. Chelsea, the 25-26 season, most red cards by a team in the Premier League season, 9, Chelsea. Then it's Sunderland in 08-09 with 9 and QPR in 2011-12 with 9. Probably when Joey Barton was there, I think.
Don't blame it on Joey.
No, because I remember he getting sent off against Man City.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, last day of the season. Yeah, absolutely. It cost them, that did. But no, going back to the game today, just touch on Reece James, because for me, he's nailed on as right back for England.
He's superb. He's such a good player.
It gives you the option of going into that midfield. So actually, when he plays central midfield for Chelsea, where he's done terrific as well, it's a lovely option to play an inverted fullback for England. And I'm sure Thomas will do that in certain games. So Reece James, let's just fingers crossed he stays fit to the end of the year.
I know they had 7 days off, but I do still think there's been so much football played by Arsenal.
Oh, of course, yeah. No, I'm not saying that there isn't a little bit of fatigue running through that team at this stage. Actually, when we come to this sort of into March period, you'll be surprised. Fatigue sort of goes out the window a little bit because the trophies are on show.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You can touch them, you can feel them, you can sense them coming, semi-finals, and you start getting yourself more motivated. That tunnel part of the season from November to February is tough Got on everybody.
But I was just watching them today against Chelsea, and I couldn't help but admire the tenacity and the want from them players to get to the second ball. Every time they were at bang, they were there. And that's the level. They're trying to perform at 100%. And to win the Premier League, you got to be 100%.
Yeah, of course.
For 100% of the time. And, you know, it almost reminded me of from grassroots football, watching some of the grassroots games, then going over to the academies and watching the difference. And that's like Arsenal at the top of the table. The reason why they're there is because every second ball they're on.
A physical team.
Yeah, but watching that with Spurs today, when I was watching against Fulham, and the lack of us going to that, and the physicality, the want, the desire, pathetic.
Well, it's all part of the product. That is, yeah. I mean, it'll be interesting to see when we get to the end of the year, if Arsenal do win the league, how this team will be remembered. Will it be remembered as a set play, physical, aggressive team, or will it be more than that? And I think if you're a purist, you're looking for a little bit more than they're offering at the minute, in my opinion. I always like to see a little bit more flair, a little bit more kind of control in the game. I thought they really struggled, actually, when Chelsea went down to 10 men to control the game. And there's a lack of control sometimes in their performances that worries. It would worry me if I was trying to win the league.
Imagine, as a Spurs fan, I'm going to give Arsenal a bit of an out here.
Oh, go on.
Right? I think with Arteta and Arsenal, they've almost clocked the cheat code of the Premier League with the set-piece stuff and how good they've got it. Because so many teams set up with that low block against you that you need that little moment in a game where you get that little moment and you take your chance, and they've done that. And when people say, you know, win at all costs, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, I was trying to pull a stat to try and clarify about set plays, because I think we're at 111 today of corners scored in the Premier League. Yeah. And I think the record is 130 or something. So it looks like we're going to get more goals from corners than any other season, which is, it just goes to play into hands. Like, people say, oh, it's the set play coaches. It's the set play coaches who are, you know, a big part of this increase in set plays, right? But if that was the case, then they should be better at defending them, because that's the set plays job as well. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really see that. I think it's more of an emphasis by the top teams, particularly Arsenal, in terms of getting them 3 points over the line.
Yeah.
You know, really focusing on set plays.
It almost becomes
Brentford being another one.
It almost becomes like a penalty in rugby, doesn't it? It's like, just take it.
They're getting very, very good at them, yeah.
03717 223344. Loads to talk about. Remember, you drive the show, so give us a call. Remember, if you want to talk about the old firm, you can do that. Spurs fans, how worried are you about the potential championship next season? They are worried, Pards, I can tell you. People are very worried. I'm having to reassure a lot of people. I'm having to reassure, but I can't reassure after that performance today. It's terrible.
Well, what about Hammers fans and Nottingham Forest fans as well? There is that time now where you start looking at the games, don't you? You start thinking, wow, where
can I nick a point?
Where are we going to get those 4 wins from?
Give us a call right now. It's Madge and Pards, Sunday night here at talkSPORT.
So, Stuttgart have got Porto, Nottingham Forest have got Midtjylland. The winners of those ties will meet in the quarterfinals. Bologna take on Roma, and Lille play Aston Villa. It means that the quarterfinal could be Daniel Marlin against Aston Villa, Gabby.
That would sum us up. That Daniel Marlin would score the winner and knock Aston Villa out. And if that happened, right, I don't know what I'd do, Crookie. I think I'd walk to your house, Crookie, from here and knock on your door and blame you.
We'll fire up the hot tub, mate. You're always welcome.
But Aston Villa against Lille,
They finished 18th in the Europa League group stage. Beat Red Star Belgrade in the playoffs.
They did well, actually, to come from behind. They lost their home leg 1-0 and then 1-2-1 away.
You should be beating them.
They're 5th in the league as well, in Liga. So
Rome
should beat them.
the tough one.
Yeah, Rome is the tough one, and it's on the same side as Forest. Is that right?
Well, yeah. So basically, what it means is that if they were to win against Midtjylland, which you might expect them to do, Nottingham Forest, they would find a quarter-final opponent, either Stuttgart or Porto. Tough draw, actually, that. And then further down the line, if they were to win that quarter-final, the semi-final would be potentially Aston Villa. That is possible.
Are you pleased you're on the other half of the draw to Genk?
Okay, you're not funny. Where Manchester United, Alex? Because they'll be...
The Six Nations, where giants do battle and legends are made. Epic sports which demands an epic voiceover every time. And actually has an interesting story as well. It all started back in 1871 when Scotland beat England in the very first international rugby match. The other home nations were a bit jealous and wanted in on the action, and after England played Wales in 1882, they all decided to hold an annual festival of international rugby, or the Home International Championship, which kicked off a year after. Now, the first decade was dominated by England and Scotland until Wales finally won in 1893 and Ireland a year later. After years of dipping in and out of the championship, France was invited to join full-time in 1910. But because France isn't a home nation, they had to give it a rebrand and settle on the Five Nations. But France were actually kicked out of the tournament in 1931. They were accused of paying players when rugby was still strictly an amateur sport. They had to wait years to be let back in. But after World War II, the Five Nations resumed. Didn't always run smoothly though, like in 1973 when all 5 teams won 2 matches and lost 2 matches. Now, because they didn't do points difference at the time, they just decided that everyone was the champion. It's like trying to keep kids happy, you know, the whole, you're all winners. In the years following, other teams in Europe started to get better at rugby and actually got to a stage where they were regularly beating teams in the Five Nations. In 1997, Italy beat Scotland, France and Ireland home and away. So 2 years later, the Five Nations invited Italy in, creating the Six Nations as we know it. In recent years, there have been calls to expand the tournament further to other European teams. Georgia and Portugal have been prime candidates to join of late. It's also been suggested there could be 2 tiers with promotion and relegation to promote growth of the sport in Europe. But the existing nations are a bit reluctant. So for now, it looks like the Six Nations, or Six Nations, or Sei Nazioni, is here to stay.
Good evening and welcome to the Final Word Phone-In with me, Majestic, and former Crystal Palace player and manager Alan Pardew. And yes, even though I don't want to, we will be talking about how terrible Spurs were today. But for now, it's all eyes on the other London derby that took place between Arsenal and Chelsea this afternoon. Arsenal go 5 points clear yet again, whilst Chelsea sits in 6th place. Manchester United, Brighton and Fulham also picked up 3 points today. So pick up your phone right now. The number is 03717 22 3344 to get through to Imagine Pards on talkSPORT. Yeah, that's right. We will speak about Spurs in a bit, but we are doffing our cap to Manchester United Pards as we've sat on this show over the last couple of seasons. Like, it was the Spurs and United show.
Yeah.
Of how bad they were. They've left us behind now, Man United. They've gone. We've said goodbye. Waved them off. Back to the top of the table. The Big Six club that they are, the Champions League type of club that they are. They're probably going to be back where they belong next season in the Champions League.
And did you see their financial results this week were very, very good?
Yeah.
And that's without Champions League football. And I'm going to take my LMA hat off here because actually changing the manager has been a massive blessing. And I'm not a great lover of changing managers. I don't think that's always the solution.
Well, it's not just changing the manager. It's the right man, the manager who's a Man United man. He's got it in the DNA. And you know what? They didn't go for the Hollywood name. They went for the right name. And I think that's what they've done right. And I think Spurs have got it absolutely wrong with Tudor. I think, I said it before.
He's only had 2 games, hasn't
he? Yeah, 2 games, but I
ain't seen nothing.
At the moment, with Spurs, just quickly before we actually talk about them probably later on, there's a huge disconnect everywhere in the club between the fans, the pitch, the players. You know, it looks like so many players have checked out. You needed someone to come into that club.
Out.
Yeah. You need someone that come in the club who knows the club.
Like the old factory where you just put your card in and check out.
They're checked out. And I don't understand how a man who's got no affiliation to the club, no feeling towards the club, can go and galvanise a set of players who needed it. And when you've got Harry Redknapp throwing his hat in for free, going, I'll do it for free. Tim Sherwood saying, I'll go in and do it, you know.
For free, probably.
Free, probably. Whatever it is, you know. And
well, I mean, you know, to pull him out of Serie A, where he's done most of his work as a kind of fire, you know, stopper, which he's been sort of like, you know, he's done a few good jobs at lower league clubs in Serie A. It's not the same level as the Premier League.
Not at all.
It's not, and not the, you know, and he has been at big clubs, so you can't say Spurs is a big club compared to Juventus, etc., where he's been. So he's on a similar level of club, but the standard of the opposition is so much greater down the division of the Premier League. And I see a thing this week about the 5 top leagues, right? This in Europe, and actually, there is an argument to say there's not 5 top leagues at all, really. There's big clubs, and there's the Premier League.
Yeah.
And that's basically what we have now.
Absolutely.
But the Champions League reinforces that with the results this year. But, you know, when going back to Michael at Manchester United, he's getting a tune out of Manu, who never got a game. He's getting a tune out of Sesko, who's now got 6 goals in 7 games or whatever. He's got a great goal, by the way, today.
Yeah,
goal.
brilliant goal.
And, you know, so, you know, as a manager, when you go into a football club, you've got to improve results. That is key. But the 2 things that really kind of speak volumes for you personally as a manager is, are you improving the players that were there?
And the answer?
Is a very emphatic yes.
Well, let's go find out from a Man United fan. You know who joins us, didn't you? It's only Jill.
Come on, Jill.
Hello, Jill.
The horse's mouth.
Hi, Madge. Hi, Pards. How you doing? We're back, baby.
You are back indeed. As I said, are you going to give Carrick the job full time?
Not yet. Got to wait till the end of the season. But
she's
not sold.
Wise, that Jill. She's wise. She knows. She's just wait.
Why are you not sold, Jill?
I'm sold, but we have to wait till the end of the season. We have to. I mean, he's doing brilliantly, and to watch United today, I wasn't bothered when we went 1-0 down, because I knew that half time he would get them, he would talk to them. He's United through and through, and we would change it around in the second half, and we did. Going forward, Casemiro, Bruno was outstanding. That Sesko header, we just looked great going forward, but not to the end of the season. No, I don't want to give it to the end of the season.
No, I think that's wise, Jill, and there's a couple of reasons I would say that, because, you know, obviously Michael's been a manager at Middlesbrough and been successful and unsuccessful. But what we need to see when you're at a very, very big club, and I've experienced it at different clubs, but at Newcastle it was always worse when you lost games. It was always more personal. It was always more emphatic by the press and the fans about the performance. And he hasn't had any downtime yet, has he? It's all swimmingly well. He's going to have some downtime, and we'll have to see how he reacts to that. But at the moment, flying colours.
And plus the fact we're not in Europe.
That's true.
So we haven't got to worry about that. So let's see, when we finish in the Champions League place, we're back in the Champions League, all the pressures of that alongside the Premier League. Then let's, wait till the end of the season.
Jill, let me ask the question about, did you hear the stat earlier about Fernandes today? 100 assists, 100 goals.
Yeah.
Only the 3rd Man United player. Give us a little summary of this player, this particular year. Go on, tell me.
Do you know what I think about Fernandes? He got a lot of stick as well for all his theatrics.
Yes.
Yeah, and they didn't say he was captain material. And then I watched the interview that Rio Ferdinand did with him, and then listen to that, and then see if he's captain's material, and then see if the young players are watching what Bruno's doing when they come in. Ask the Mainus, ask the young players if they're listening to Bruno Fernandes. They are listening to Bruno Fernandes.
Jill, can I just interrupt there, one, because you said an important thing. Sometimes it's not about what you say as a captain. It's about what you do. And, you know, when you look at his performances, etc., he doesn't need to say much, does he?
No, he
even
doesn't.
even if he said anything. I mean, just what he delivers on the big stage, on the big days. That's an example for everybody at Man United. And I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jill. Carry on. Go on.
It's a different kind of leadership.
Yeah.
I mean, we've had the Roy Keanes, we've had the Brian Robsons. It's a different kind of leadership. And he's changed it this season. He's changed it. And he was outstanding today. And the young players must be watching him. And also, I said to you before, Pards, about the training ground. And Michael Carrick's talked about that as well. And his coaches and what they're doing on the training ground with Sesko and with other players. So I think they're translating that onto the field. And I think that's apparent to me.
Yeah, I mean, the second goal from Man United is a classic Man United goal from 20 years ago, let alone, 2025, 26, wherever we are. That goal, that cross, that quality of cross could have come from Beckham, and that goal could have been a number of strikers, Ruud van Nistelrooy, etc., getting across the centre half and smashing it in the corner. I loved it. It was one of the highlights of the day for me, that goal, even though it was against Crystal Palace.
Brilliant call. Great to talk to you, Jill. Of course, Man United came from a goal down against Crystal Palace to get to third in the Premier League. What that means for Palace is, though, their goal scorer, their centre-half, Lacroix, is that how you say his name, the French lad? Red card. I'm looking at that as a Spurs fan because we've got Palace next at home.
He's an important player for Crystal Palace.
Massive player.
Yeah.
Massive player.
He holds that centre of that of those three.
Yeah.
Better than anyone I've seen play in that position, actually. So he's a very underrated player.
He's going to be a huge miss on Thursday for them.
A huge miss.
037.
Harsh the sending off too, by the way.
Yeah.
Bit harsh.
037172234. Let's go over to Michael, who's a Man United fan. Michael.
Hello, how are you? How are you doing?
Listen to the upbeat tempo of these Man United fans. I used to speak to Michael. It would be Sunday. He'd be like, hello, Madge.
Yeah.
You're on top of the world, Michael.
I feel sorry for you, mate.
Oh, don't worry about me, mate. Don't worry about me.
2 years. We've had it for 2 years, haven't we? We've said on this show.
It's been therapy.
We all needed it. But we said, didn't we, a couple of years ago, this is the worst United team I've ever seen.
It is.
And it's been a blessing since Owen's gone.
I know. And so where do you stand with Carrick? Are you going to wait till the end of the season? Look, we're just seeing scenes of him on the TV in the studio now. He's a Man United man, Michael Carrick, and look at him. He looks the part. He's the boy.
You got to give him the job now. And the reason I say you got to give him the job, I would hate the fact if you didn't give him the job and gave it to someone else, he could come to you, couldn't he? He could come to Spurs next season.
He could.
And I'd rather be pragmatic. I've been doing stuff for the last few weeks, so I've had to be really pragmatic. And I think, in football, you've got to be pragmatic. You've got to look and go, right, that's the player we want to sign in the summer. We've got to do that with the managers as well. He's proven that he is the best guy we could get. And he's actually got a better record than most of the managers ever had. He's unbeaten in two spells. He's not been beaten yet.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, is it? It's not.
Can I just say a stat to you, right? That's just hit me right between the eyes, right? Manchester United have lost as many games as Manchester City.
Really?
Isn't that incredible? They've both lost 5 games. That's all they've lost in the Premier League, and that is astounding because obviously when Amorim went and everyone was like, "Wow, this season is an absolute disaster. It can't. Oh my goodness!"
But again, you remember when he went, they weren't even in that bad a position. They wasn't in that bad a position.
No, there wasn't that. No, they wasn't in that bad a position. But I think everybody knew it was just.
Yeah, it wasn't right.
It wasn't right.
It wasn't right. And Michael Carrick's come in. He's a Man United man. Michael, you tell me you're a United fan. I feel like Man United fans, they need someone at that club that they feel like is one of theirs, a Man United person. And that's why when Ollie came in, you did okay.
I think Ollie, I think the Ronaldo situation, take that out. When he went in, he did a top 3, top 2 in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then we went backwards.
Yeah, massively.
The players were like, well, Amrit came in, all crap, and their players just went down tools. These players are not down tools in now, are they? Oh, no, we're showing that these are the best players we've got. And there's more to come from this team. Remember as well,
Yeah,
We're going to have a lot of we're going to get a lot of players out in the summer, but guess what? We're going to get some really good equipment. If we can get the equipment right, that's the biggest key.
Well, that was what you got right this summer. The recruitment of Cunha and Mbemba was absolutely essential. But what I would say is that, when you look at where Man United are now, the difference, and we can compare it to Spurs a little bit, because if you look at Spurs and you look at Man United individually, right? Well, I was trying to ask you who was the best player for Spurs today, and you were struggling to find
no one was.
Where confidence can breed confidence. Yes. And actually at Man United now, obviously everyone's got a bit of a strut, whereas before you could struggle to find, even Fernandes didn't really have a strut on him. So confidence is a massive thing. Momentum's a massive ingredient. Two ingredients that you can't measure. No statistician or analyst can measure confidence and momentum. It's an impossible measure other than to watch it.
Yeah, we've had a text here from Ryan. He's not having Man United. God, the standards of Man United are on the floor, aren't they? They're out of every competition and they're beating 10 men Crystal Palace, and all of a sudden you're talking them up like they're a trophy parade on tomorrow. Ryan,
only since the Michael come in.
We're only talking about where they've come from in recent times to where they are now. And I tell you what, it's a vast improvement. Still to come, we're going to be speaking about Spurs. I have to, contractually. 03717 22 3344. It is the final word on talkSPORT.
Declan Rice made a mistake, but Declan shows you how good he is. He didn't let it bother him. He was brilliant the rest of the game. And everybody makes mistakes. He put his hand up straight away. No, he's made a mistake. But after that, he was superb, absolutely superb, like he's been all season, by the way. And then the big plus point for the game was Gyökeres. It's got to be, because I thought without his goals, he played quite well, because he was always involved. He was making better runs. He was getting to more dangerous areas, but he took his goals very well. His first goal, if you look at his first goal, Al, it's a great first touch. It's all about first touch in football. He gets out of his feet, and it's like it's the same motion as he touched. He's run onto it and he pinged it, and the keeper's had no chance. And the last goal was very, very similar. I'm not going to compare him with Thierry Henry, but the way he played on the right back shoulder, and it was a really good pass through to him. He was strong, but then he cut inside and he just found that he passed it into the net, which he's got to do more often. But he was getting so much better areas. But as I said before, you can't just have one game like that, Al. You've got to do it week in, week out.
Well, and that's where Declan is so good. It's every game.
Oh, absolutely.
Do you know he's very elegant, is he? He's an elegant player, right?
Yes, you've got to get him on the ball as much as you can. He's very, very, he knows exactly who's around him. Look, Odegaard's a great player as well.
It is the final word phone in here on talkSPORT with me, Majestic, alongside former Spurs player, Alan Pardew. We're talking Spurs now.
Four great games there.
4 great games. Fond memories?
Okay. Two great games. 2 was a bit non-existent.
03717223344. Tell you what as well, we want your WhatsApp voice notes. We like a voice note on a Sunday, don't we, Pards?
We do like a voice note. And actually, we didn't get any last week. of any significance?
Because I wasn't here.
Yeah.
I was in Vegas.
You know, if you're going to put a voice note on, have a kind of purpose to it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, have something's really bothering you or a funny or, have a little bit of a point. Don't just sort of, you're all right, Madge, Pards, and off you go.
So you're looking for a WhatsApp voice note with purpose.
With purpose or a bit of humour.
Okay. So that number is 03717 223344. I can see them come in live here, the WhatsApp voice notes. So, seeing that we are the biggest sports station in the world, I'd like to see my screen flooded with WhatsApp voice notes now.
From our international followers as well.
Yeah,
we have so many international.
We do have a lot of international listeners.
sure.
So, international listeners, this is your chance
Yeah.
to be a part of the show. Let's see how far and wide we are reaching on a Sunday night on the final word. I've been putting it off, haven't I?
Spurs?
Yeah.
Come on, mate. Get it off your chest.
Oh, I watched it earlier and it was so bad. Let's go to Kevin, fellow Kevin. Seeing my name is Kevin, not just my stage name, Majestic. So let's go to a fellow Spurs, Kev. How are we, Kev?
Hello, mate. Yeah, I'm not happy. I'm not happy at all.
I'll start you off. Go on. The floor is yours, Kev.
I just don't know what's happening with us. Where we are in the Champions League and what's happening to us now, and the teams that are losing are just. Being a Tottenham fan drives me crazy. Like, I just don't know where we're going wrong. What's happening?
Do you know what I saw today? I just saw no fight. I saw no desire. I didn't see, people chasing the second balls down. Considering, though, we are in a relegation battle, that's where we are right now. I don't see the fight, and that is the biggest problem for me. As I said to Pards earlier on, I feel like a lot of players are checked out mentally.
It's like they're not playing for their tops. When I think back a couple of months ago, when Van der Ven scored that Champions League goal, that was brilliant. Even last year against Man United, it's like they don't want to play for the shirts. I just don't know what's wrong.
Well, my thing is, Kev, I'm very much resigned to the fact of let's just try stay in the division. That's how bad it is with Spurs right now. Embarrassing to say those things, but it is what it is.
I know what you mean. It's like we had Antonio Conte, we won nothing. We had Jose Mourinho, we won nothing. Least Ange came in, he done what he said. It weren't good, he done what he said. He won us the biggest trophy we've ever had in 17 years, and we get rid of him. It's like, who's going to come in?
Yeah, but the problem is with Spurs as a club and as a fan base, we don't know what we want. We think we're bigger than what we are, which is the facts and the reality. We don't... As Ange said on that thing...
Take it easy.
No, it's true. Because you have to back up your thought process with the way you behave as a football club, which means paying the correct wages, etc. And that the argument...
Now we're talking.
The argument will be, we offered Semenyo proper wages. We're paying Conor Gallagher proper wages. But that's all a bit too late now.
We've never played proper wages. Everyone was moaning about Levy and all of this. We've never paid proper wages. That's why we don't have the best players, because we don't pay the money for it. Myself personally, I want Pochettino to come back.
Absolutely. Listen, Kev, this is my plan, right? Is to tread water, is what I'm calling it, until the end of the season, right?
That might be why Tudor's there.
Yeah,
by the
well,
way.
at the moment...
Do you think Poch has had a phone call?
Apparently, according to Alan Brazil, no.
Okay.
Apparently he's not been. But I do think with the World Cup coming on, I think there would be maybe some NDAs, whatever.
The one thing I would be pretty confident about, and this is the only thing I would be confident about that whole scenario, is that I don't think he'll be United States manager after the tournament because of Trump and the political world that he's in. That team is not good enough, I don't think, maybe even to get to the knockout stages, let alone win it. So I think he'd be out of a job, which makes him available.
But for me, personally, Kev, I don't know what you think here. I think if we can ride it out to the end of the season, get Poch back, and I don't know if you've ever done this, Pards, right? I don't know, could Poch do this? Because he has kind of got the authority to walk into Tottenham Hotspur, look at that changing room and go, who here wants to play for Tottenham Hotspur? Because see Mickey van der Ven and Romero and all of the players...
I think, listen, there's loads of managers who have done that.
Yeah.
And actually,
we need to do that, though, because if you want to play for Real Madrid, if you want to play for Liverpool, just go. We need people that want to be at Spurs.
Yeah, all managers get to that stage where that question gets asked more often than you think.
Have you done it?
Yeah, I've asked a couple of times.
Really?
Yeah, if you don't want to be here, just come and knock on my door on Monday morning. Because that's how you're playing.
Pards, can we play it out? You're the gaffer, talk to me. So we're in the dressing room right now. You've had a bad result. And like, people are teasing, Liverpool. When I was younger, Liverpool.
You'll be surprised because actually the atmosphere in the change room, let's say I defeat like Fulham, right?
Yeah.
And let's say I was in there 6 months, not like Tudor who's gone in there for 2 days, because you can't say it then. And you'd had a performance like that. You could cut the atmosphere with a knife.
Yeah.
The senior players,
see it.
They want to fight someone. The younger players don't know whether to bury their head in their shirt or look at their phone or whatever they're going to do. And, that question can carry a lot of impact when it's done without actually raising your voice. Do you really want to play it? With that atmospheric. Yeah. So you can't really do it. It's not like me trying to recreate it here on the radio because you can't. In a change room, you just have to know what that moment's like.
Yeah.
You're going to play some music there, wouldn't you? I could see you like building up. No, it's if you don't want to be here, then just come and see me Monday morning. It's simple.
Yeah.
And look people in the eye.
That's what I think we need to do. Let's go over to GJ. I know he's got a lot to say. How are we, GJ?
How you doing, guys? You all right?
Mate, that huff, that feeling. I know the feeling. Tell me more.
Oh, mate, I tell you, it's dark, dark times. Yeah, I mean, as you said, we deserve to lose. It was another lackluster, weak performance. There was a moment in the first half, actually, where a ball went over Archie Gray's head. He didn't even jump for it. And then I think it fell to Tete and he skewed it wide. But I'm thinking this just sums up the team at the minute. They're just weak. There's no fighters in there. No. And if you look at the teams around us, we're the most talented team, but we've got the least fighters.
Correct.
But you touched on it earlier, Madge. That push on Dragusin, that was a disgrace because the one on Gabriella last week, there was nothing on that.
They were exactly the same, in my opinion. It stopped the centre half from heading the ball. So I agree with you completely that was a foul today. And that should have been given as a foul, like it was last week.
Yeah.
There's just no consistency, Pards.
No, that's right.
And 7 minutes into a game, GJ, it changes the whole emphasis. You give Fulham the emphasis. They go on. They get the shoulders are on, the shoulders are back. Iwobi's shooting from out far.
Let me ask this question to both of you, right? Because you watched it on the TV, and I'm not sure if a friend watched it on live, but. What has Tudor done tactically? Anything different?
He's playing free at the back, isn't he?
Is it a high line? Is it a low block? Are you pressing high?
I think he got the starting lineup wrong today.
We're definitely on the front foot more.
Okay.
Is that manifesting itself into chances, goal scoring chances? I think we're definitely a better watch.
So he's increased the tempo, you would say, perhaps.
Yeah,
tried
but,
to.
I mean, definitely. On the front foot, increasing the tempo. But we got Palace next, and that's a must-win because the last time we played Wolves, we didn't beat them. The last time we played Forest, we lost. The last time we played who's the other team? That's that West Ham. We lost. If we don't beat Palace, in my opinion, I think we're getting relegated. But I got a proposal, guys. Right? What do you think of this?
Give us your proposal.
Right. I'm not going to get political, but the world's a dangerous place at the minute, agreed?
Yeah.
Right? So what I think we should do, for the health and safety of all concerned, I think we should just cancel a season.
Yeah. Leave as it stands now, so West Ham go down. I bet you'd like that, wouldn't you?
Cancel the season, guys. You can even cancel the World Cup. I don't care.
Yeah.
That means we stay up.
There's a chance of that.
And Arsenal win nothing.
Oh, bless them.
Listen, don't worry about them, mate. We've got to worry about Thursday night against Palace. And as I said, there's one positive going into that, is that their centre-half has been sent off today and he will miss that next game. And he's a key component of that Crystal Palace side.
Palace at home, had a tricky period at home just recently. But if you was to say to me and I'm not a betting man, who I fancy, I think Palace will win that.
Is that Spurs?
Oh, it's at Spurs. Oh, I beg your pardon. I thought it was at Palace.
As I said, I'm going. It's at Spurs. Not that we're any good at home.
Well, that does change my opinion significantly.
Yeah.
I would say Spurs got a great chance then.
And you look at the games around, I think Forest have got Manchester City.
Okay, so it could be
West Ham have got Fulham away.
Yeah. But you're going to know those results, right? Because you stand alone, don't you, Thursday night?
Yeah, we're on Thursday night. I think those games come before us. So, listen, it's a massive, massive week for Spurs, who are in a relegation battle towards the bottom of the tables. An absolute embarrassment. A shambles, as my good friend Jamie O'Hara would say. Terrible. Give us a call, 0377 22 3344. I want to hear from the Forest fans as well. We want to hear from you tonight. Where are you? Do you think you can survive the storm and stay in the Premier League? Or are you starting to get really worried? There is a world in which Nottingham Forest could be in the Championship next year and the Champions League because they could win the Europa. That would be interesting, wouldn't it?
Well, look, listen. When you play Thursday night, Nottingham Forest could well be in the relegation area because I think West Ham will win at Fulham.
Really?
Yeah.
After seeing Fulham today?
I think West Ham are in good shape at the moment.
After getting battered 5-2 by Liverpool?
Wasn't one that sort of game, you know.
Still got battered 5-2?
No, the result was 5-2.
Still got battered 5-2?
No, you're saying battered.
They got battered?
No, they didn't get battered.
If you lose 5-2, you get battered?
No, you didn't. No, I don't agree with that.
So when you've lost 5-2
I've lost worse than that and not been battered.
That's the PR stunt. 03717 double.
Come on, Hammers.
2233.
Must be an Hammers fan out there.
Nottingham Forest fans, we want to hear from you. It's Madge and Pard, Sunday night.
Let's talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Has Igor Tudor already bitten off more than he can chew? Is it strange to hear a Tottenham manager speaking about a small club mentality? This is him talking about the scale of the task ahead.
Very tough, but this is what I said before. I don't change my opinion. It is how is it. So daily work, focus, raise in all things we need to do. Physical condition, mental confidence, performance, and waiting the players to come back.
Is this the biggest job in terms of, we will call it firefighting, you've had?
Probably if I recognize the difficulties they are, probably yes. Probably yes.
You're still confident?
It's even bigger challenge, you know, even a bigger motivation to do this, and we do it. We do it, but I agree with you. Even not looking to the style now in this moment. So style need to be in a second moment, this because now it's a question of life and death. It's really the question that every game need to be prepared in that way. How we gonna take these points? You know, one way, other way. In Italy they use the terms, you know, like have a mentality of a small team. You know, we use it in Italy that kind. So that's the key always, you know. With the handles, with the willing, with the wish to have always motivation, like you play against bigger teams. So that's the start, of course.
Come on, Pards, we're having it now.
What's that?
Don't know. It's like one of the beds. We're a ravey bed on a Sunday night. Get ready for Ibiza. Well, it sounds like, like you do a pirate radio advert. I heard Jason and Jamie say, someone said yesterday on the show, can I have a big up? He goes, this ain't a pirate radio station, mate. Shout out to the DJ Steve. Easy does it. I'll tell the DJ Kitch, insane. Yeah, it is the final word phone in here on talkSPORT with me, Madge and Pards on a Sunday night. A.k.a. Majestic and Pardew. Or just call me Kev.
No, I prefer, no. Your name to me is Majestic because it speaks volumes about you in a positive way.
Nice, that's very kind of you, Madge.
Madge.
I'll tell you what a Majestic performance from Spurs today. Poor. So bad. And no wonder my friends messaged me. Big shout out to Gaza. Not Paul Gascoigne, but my Gaza.
Do you know, can I just say, like some teams in the Premier League, right, you go to and like, and I'll give you an example, Leeds, right?
Yeah.
When you go to Leeds, you know what's coming.
There they come, Leeds United.
Yeah, that, right? So you're getting all that. You don't get that at Fulham. It's one of those places, if you play well, you can win. Like the atmosphere's not going to kill you. The way Silva plays, they don't like monster pressure you.
Even my wife said today, she goes, I don't know any Fulham fans. You know any Fulham fans?
Me.
I went, yeah, Pards. She goes, I don't know that many posh people.
Bless. They're not all posh down at Fulham.
That's what I said. No. I said, I'm a good mate example. He's a Fulham fan.
Well, Hugh Grant's obviously a massive fan. He speaks very well. Hugh.
He does indeed.
Yeah, it's Hugh from Notting Hill. But anyway, so my point being, there was a great opportunity for Tottenham today, I thought. Because, as I say, the atmosphere at the Craven Cottage isn't kind of like, be all, die all, we're coming for you, you got it all coming. Well, if you're good enough, you can beat us. Go on then. That's what they more or less say to you. If you're good enough, come on then, beat us. And you weren't.
Yeah, but I just don't see... The biggest problem with Spurs right now is fight. I don't see the fight. And,
I heard someone say the two subs made a big difference when they come on.
Yeah, because Richarlison, funnily enough, right, as bad as he can be, there is a little fight in him, even the way he tried to wrestle the ball back after he scored.
Oh, he's got attitude.
Yeah.
He's got attitude.
He's definitely got a bit of attitude. Him and Silva had a nice little moment at the end.
Did they?
Yeah.
What sort of moment?
Little just talking to his old gaffer, wasn't it?
Yeah, but what sort of moment?
Just having a chat.
Oh, okay. Well, you got emotional about that, did you?
I thought it was nice. With his ex-boss.
Spec Spurs fan, you get beat by Fulham and you're like your striker speaking to the opponent manager. What's wrong with you?
It was a nice moment for Richie.
Okay.
Right, let's go to the phone lines. We have got a Forest fan.
Yes.
Let's go with it. Samir, how are we?
Hi guys, you all right? I'm all right. Well, I say I'm all right. I'm not really all right, but yeah,
I feel you.
Here.
I feel you. God, we're bad. Forest are bad. But we're both in Europe still.
Oh yeah, guys, I don't know what's happened to our season this season. We're just capitulating into sleepwalking straight into relegation at the minute. I've just got a really bad feeling about Forest. I can't see Tottenham going down, and I agree with Alan. I think West Ham have got some momentum. I just that maybe that scoreline yesterday against Liverpool flattered Liverpool a little bit yesterday, but yeah, we had the perfect opportunity today to go and try and get something from the game. Even a point would have kept us 3 points.
Let me ask you the question. What has really fundamentally changed in the team? Why aren't they that counter-attacking, pace on the break, structured team that Nuno had kind of assembled? What has happened to that team? What are they doing?
We've lost Chris Wood, haven't we? I mean, he was our main goal scorer last season. Yeah, your focal point. We had Elanga.
I was going to say Elanga's a big miss.
Yeah, Elanga's a big miss as well. Who was, one of the runners, quite fast.
He's done nothing at Newcastle, by the way.
Yeah, and he's not really had a great season at Newcastle, has he? And we've lost those. And I just think the recruitment's been horrendous. 200 million we spent, and the likes of McAtee and Bakwa, you've got Hutchinson. These players aren't really kicking on. And it's not seemed to sort of work. And obviously with having 4 managers in one season...
Doesn't help.
That is definitely a problem.
It's not helped. And to be honest with you, I do think Europe is killing us a little bit.
Yeah.
And I've got a feeling that your chairman really, really wants that trophy. He bought Anjin for that trophy in the first place.
Yeah, he's quite ambitious, our owner. And, you've got to take your hat off to him. He's pumped all the money in and everything, but it's just not worth this season. And it started when Nuno got sacked. And it's just gone downhill from then. And even today, I just didn't know where the goals were coming from. Seemed like the players were a bit leggy, a bit tired. There wasn't any pace. we can't seem to score a goal. The strikers aren't really gelling. It just doesn't seem to be.
When I look at certain teams this season who are underperforming, you have to look at squad size, quality of squad, and Europe. And Newcastle fit into that category, who lost again, third home defeat on the trot for Newcastle. Although, obviously, in Europe, they're excelling, and they've got an absolutely mouth-watering tie against Barcelona. Spurs, of course, who are struggling, but doing very well in Europe, but struggling in the Premier League, and yourselves. And they could be a massive factor in the team that gets relegated. And I say that as a warning. So, the next couple of games for you in Europe, you got Atletico Madrid, right?
We have.
Which is they're going to be two humdinging games. I mean, I can't imagine that you're going to get through, but the possibility you might. And Forest could go all the way to the final, couldn't you?
I'd like to, but I don't know whether it's worth it, to be honest with you. We've got to try and stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, sure.
That should be the main focal point. But you're right, our owner's quite ambitious, and he's going to want to win the cup. And you've got to sort of think about the fact that we've had 4 managers, and it can't all be the managers. The players have got to take some kind of responsibility. We've got like a world-class England international in Elliot Anderson. We've got Morgan Gibbs-White. We've got Murillo and Milenkovic. They were solid last season.
Yeah, they were.
We had a great keeper in Sells, and he's having a bit of an off and on season with being injured and things. And it's just not sort of. I just don't think. I think the team are underperforming. We shouldn't be where we are, really.
I think there's a problem from top to bottom at your football club a little bit, because the owner, the technical directors have changed. You've chopped and changed there a little bit. And the managers have obviously come and gone, and you've got this kind of flux, haven't you? Where there's no kind of, where are you going? Yeah, what's the goal here? And the owner's, although he's fiery, he is an experienced owner.
I personally think
knows football clubs.
I think his goal is to win the Europa League, get Champions League football, and stay in the Premier League. And I think
by the skinnier teeth,
like Spurs last season. Even though last season for Spurs it was a lot easier because there was 3 woeful teams. This year there's 2, and even the ones at the bottom are giving it a go now, aren't they? Wolves and Burnley. Very unlucky yesterday.
Yeah, this is what happens in the Premier League. When the pressure comes off a little bit, when you're sort of out of it, you start winning games. That's notoriously happens. But one thing I would say is the financial model of Nottingham Forest and West Ham and Tottenham does not stand up in the Championship. There's going to be a massive problem for one of those teams if they get relegated, and that is all to come. And let's hope it's not Nottingham Forest.
Let's hope it's not Spurs.
Well, our caller's Nottingham Forest. I was trying to.
Thank you, Samir. Stay with us.
Thank you, Samir.
Soon we're going to be hearing from Arsenal and Chelsea gaffers Mikel Arteta and Liam Rossini, and that's still to come on the Final Word on talkSPORT.
Betty just brought in a packet of disco salt vinegar, which I smashed down in that break. We've talked about Chris before. We won't go there necessarily. Unbelievable packet of Chris.
I think they could be their top 3 for definite. They could be Mount Rushmore, then.
Oh yeah, 100% Mount Rushmore. Yeah. The problem with that, and like all things now, I was going to say Chris, but all like Twix, Snickers, crisps, everything's smaller now.
No, but usually there's I grab these but usually there's a bigger bag than this.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
What does it say? What's that? It's 55. Oh, 55p for that.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I don't think that was that bad. But it says underneath RRP.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh,
Retail price.
okay, 55p.
Yeah. What do you think it was like? They're going to die. Rest in peace.
Nah, there's a couple of items in the shop I bought it from.
Yeah.
I'm obviously not going to name where the shop is.
Yeah.
It says like, it says on the can, not for single sale.
Yeah.
Oh, why are you sending single cokes then?
Were they doing that?
Yeah, I never tell you it is.
You can't do that.
I'd never ever say where it's from, but that I don't mind
What,
that.
an actual shop?
Yes.
Around here?
Not for. Oh, I'm telling you, not for individual.
So you
sale.
can tell me where is it? Is it downstairs or across the road?
No, it's not around here.
So it is.
It's the shop I go to. I can sell them.
Oh.
Not for individual sale.
You know what that means, right?
What?
You know why it says it on that?
Yeah, because in a pack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's opening
Cool,
a pack up.
I knew that.
Right,
I ain't got a problem with that.
No, I ain't got a problem with that at all. Yeah.
We all got a living, right?
We've all got.
Right, how does a VIP private suite for you and 11 mates for a day at the Cricket Sound this summer? 11 mates. Thanks to Pitch Experiences, we're sending you to their super box at the Oval for England vs Sri Lanka, the ODI in total luxury. We're talking fine dining, your own personal mixologist, private balcony, and a Q&A with a cricket legend while you watch the action. It is the ultimate summer day out. For your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338. Text costs £2.50 plus your standard network rate, or call 0343 418 7260. Lines close on the 6th of March 2026, 4 p.m. That's when you'll need to answer your phone if it rings. 18 plus, UK residents only. This is a TalkSPORT promotion. Falls T's and C's at talksport.com. So for your chance to win, text the word WIN to 83338 now. Tell you what, a good day out there to forget about Spurs.
11 mates.
11 mates.
Can I tell you something about like when you get over 60? I just read over 60, right? I probably don't look it, but I am. It's very difficult to get more than 5 mates anywhere. No one wants to go out. So you've got that to look forward to when you get older. So enjoy your mates, your 11 mates, when you go cricket or football, whatever you do.
But I also think it's difficult when you're like sort of mid-30s, early 40s, when people have got kids and that, to get anyone out at all.
No, you can get them out. They'll come out. They'll make an excuse. The missus will get, there'll be some lie thrown in and they'll be able to get out. When you get to this age, no. Grandchildren saying, no, it's a priority. TV.
No, but now you've got
the Heat. You watch the Heat yet?
No. But you got the football all the time, and there's games galore, training.
Give me all that.
Honestly, I'm telling you.
If I had 11 tickets for that, is it cricket? The cricket, right? I wouldn't be able to fill it. I have to get some family.
So for your chance to go to the cricket with Pards. No. Right, TalkSport's Alex Cook caught up with both managers after Arsenal's 2-1 win over Chelsea. Start with a very pleased Mikel Arteta.
I think we started the game so well. The first half was so dominant, but the margins were almost nothing, and it should have been much bigger. So I reminded them 7 days ago we were in the same position against the Spurs in that dressing room. So we're going to do it again, and to do that we're going to have some very good moments and take advantage of that, and we're going to have to suffer because this is a top side with top individuals that can cause you big problems in any moment.
I want passion in my team. I want players who want to win. I understand some of the frustrations of my players, but we need to show it in a different way. I'm never ever going to try and pull the wool over anyone's eyes. I try and be as honest as I can in my evaluations of games. It's something that we need to eradicate from our game because it's costing us, and it hasn't been the first time this season.
There you heard both managers there, Mikel Arteta then, Liam Rossini, after Chelsea lost 2-1 at the Emirates with a man sent off.
Just a quick word about Arteta, right? What I've noticed over the last sort of 8-9 months, really, I think he's maturing a little bit into this role.
Yes.
He's getting less moments on the sideline. He's a little bit more controlled. obviously it helps when you keep winning games, but I think he's becoming a more rounded citizen.
Well, isn't that proof that if you give someone a go and you keep backing them and trusting them, they might get a little bit better?
Yeah, that's true.
So it might be a lesson for everyone there.
A few technical directors out there should listen to that.
Absolutely.
As well as the owners.
03717 223344. Don't forget, we want your voice notes as well.
We do.
We got an Arsenal fan.
Purposeful.
Yeah, purposeful voice notes. Dom's an Arsenal fan. I'm sure he's got something purposeful to talk to us about on the final word. How are we, Dom?
Oh, boys, I'm obviously coming back from the game. Do you know what? I just said to the fella on the phone when I rang in, you know what? The first thing I want to say, right, Majestic, and obviously, and you, Pards, but especially you, Majestic, do you know what? I'll take me out of to you, mate, because we all know the rivalry between Arsenal and Tottenham. We all know we don't like each other. We all know. But you know what? As a talkSPORT, I love coming on here Sunday night and listening because you speak the truth. You speak fair. Oh. Yes, you hate Arsenal. Yes, you don't want Arsenal to win the league. But when you see things, you say it as you see it. And do you know what? It's a credit because I find it so hard to listen to Jamie. I can't take him serious. I know you say he's your mate and all that, but
I love Jamie.
When he's talking about Arsenal, he's talking it with gritted teeth. It's almost like if we do well, it's almost like he wants to brush it off. If we win, he wants to find an excuse.
Dom, can I just got to interrupt you a little bit, mate? Right, because I know your other part of your professional role is to be agent for Madge, right? But the reason he's so calm and collected is because I'm sitting next to him and I'm managing his anger. That's what I'm. Do you know
what, Dom? I always say back to this. I grew up in the era of watching Arsenal dominate, like us.
Proper dominate.
Yeah. And I'm talking about growing up as a football player. My favourite football players are the likes of Berbatov, Dennis Bergkamp. People have got a bit of something like...
Oh, you like the Maverick?
The Mavericks, yeah. The lazy Mavericks.
Yeah, there's a few Mavericks I could strangle, by the way.
The ones that don't run too much, but can do something fantastic with a football. That is how I like to watch and play football, right? So I grew up loving that, and I just love football, yeah. And when you see things, you've got to call it for what it is. As I said, Arsenal, right now, with Arteta, and they are that close to winning the league, that you have to give them credit for standing by a manager, giving him the control and letting him build something. What I've seen, Dom, in Arsenal in the last 5 to 6 years, and what I'm so jealous of, is because we had it with Pochettino. We built something. We built a family. And seeing Dele Alli come back to Spurs last week for the derby, and I watched his interview afterwards, and he talked about the time at Spurs with Jan and Toby and Poch, and it was a family. You've seen Arteta do that. He got rid of the people like Aubameyang, superstars that were turning up in their Lamborghinis to North London derbies late. He subbed them. He got rid of them. He didn't care. He's instilled... I speak to Arsenal fans now, and I've got loads of friends who are Arsenal fans, and you lot are back in love with your football club, aren't you? They are. It's them lot. Yeah. And I hate it, but at the end of the day, you have to doff your cap to people.
Well, Dom, I appreciate you saying that about my colleague here. That's very fair of you.
Do you know what, though, right? Do you know what? See, like there, what you said, but even you, Alan, right? See how you just said after you heard Arteta, the first thing you said was, he's growing into it. People forget. It's like what you just mentioned there. People forget, right? And fans forget that this is his first job in management. And you're not starting off like Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney's. You're going in the lower leagues. He's took over one of the biggest clubs,
for sure.
Right? So, and he's learned, and you give him that credit. Where other fans, like Jason Cundy, look at Cundy, right? I'll give you an example, right? Look at the stick he gives you, right? He gives Tottenham, right? Where is he tonight? How about ring Cundy up now? Ring Cundy up now and put him on the phone with me and him. And let's talk about bottling it.
But Dom, I will say this.
Are they bottling the top four?
They are, but I will say this, right? And this is why the Sports Bar is an award-winning show. Record-breaking show. Not award-winning. Record-breaking show. And it's a great show because you're talking about them on a Sunday night. They know how to press your buttons. Me and Pards, we like the...
more therapy.
Yeah, we like a therapy on a Sunday night.
Yeah. We slightly different flavour.
Different flavour. Yeah. You know, you've got different flavours.
Same company, different flavour.
Because some people hate us.
Yeah.
Do you know what, boys? It's nice to see because I'll tell you what, people say about there ain't this narrative. Believe me now, I've been going Arsenal since 1987. Even under George Graham, when we won the league at Anfield, 89. Yeah, the 1-0 team. Even back then, no one wanted us to win anything, wanted to do anything. There's definitely something, I don't know what it is, there's something out there, but the true gooners like me that have been going from day one, trust me now, I've left that ground again today, mate, and I'll tell you what, I am exhausted. I am on the edge of my seat. And
You're emotionally involved.
But Dom, I feel the players are like that at the moment as well. You can sense the sort of it's obviously going to be nerves, but the tension going into every game. Every game you've got right now is a cup final, and you've got literally about how many games left in the Premier League now? About nine cup finals here. Then you've got an actual cup final against Man City. You've got the Champions League, which your run in the Champions League is you should go and win the Champions League. That run you've got looks unbelievable. So someone actually said it the other day. They said your run in the Champions League to that final is easier than what Spurs had last season in the Europa.
I want to go back to the Premier League, right? And then Dom, listen, here we go. That League Cup final and that fixture at the Etihad, wow. I bet you're going to be nervous then.
Do you know what? I said it, right? I said it months ago. I actually said, before even the Carabao Cup started, I said it is vital for Arsenal. All the things we've won the FA Cup 14 times, we've won the league title 13 times. But I said that Carabao Cup, don't try and belittle it. That's the cup. If we can win that,
correct,
get over the line, and I'll tell you what, now that game coming now, forget the Etihad. That cup final is that big because whoever wins it, their chests are going to be pumped.
Well, Dom, why do you think Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time, you've got to give him that
100%.
Right? Has always shown it respect because it starts winning. It's a winning mentality. Winning mentality going into the rest of the season from February or March time, whenever it is.
Do you know what's unique about it as well? Okay, you can win the FA Cup and you might have a couple of weeks left. You might play in the Champions League final, for example. But it's the only competition really where you got a huge chunk of the season still to go.
Yeah.
So you're a winner and you've still got 8, 9, 10 games to play, usually, if you're a Champions League team or whatever. So it's massively important.
Dom, are you going to win the league?
Do you know what? I can't. Do you know what it is? I can't say it, boys, because...
Go on, say it, Dom.
Say it, Dom.
You know what it is? Listen.
That's why we're therapists on a Sunday night. Say it, Dom. Get it off your chest.
Right, I'm lucky enough as a fan, and I've seen us win three league titles. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 I've seen in my time, right? And I'm lucky, but the pressure and the tension. I think it's because everyone wants us to foul, so you've got that pressure as well. And it's like, I can't say it, boys. All I know is I'll back my boys through right to the end, win or lose, whatever. But I want to end this call by saying, do you know what, boys? Keep up the good work, keep it fair, keep it right, and yeah, come on, you Gunners, basically.
Go on then, Dom. Top man.
Thank you, Dom. Great call. I still don't want you to win the league. As fair as I am, that's as real as I am. But, great call. And listen, as I always say, we love our football parts. We're football people. And you have to talk about what you see in front of you with an impartial view.
Well, when you say impartial, I have not been impartial because I have said all along I want the Premier League to come back to London.
And I've told you no.
And I'm looking at now, when I'm looking at my contenders from London, Spurs, no. Crystal Palace, no. Fulham, no. Brentford, no. Chelsea, no. Arsenal, come on, the Arsenal.
No.
Come on, Dom, on the Arsenal.
Listen, it's in both of Man City and Arsenal's hands. That is what's really...
Well, it ain't in Man City's hands.
It is. They've got to play them. They've got to play them. They've got a game in hand and they've got to play them.
Oh, I see what you mean. So if they won that game in hand...
They win the game in hand and they've got the game, they're facing each other. So this league is in two clubs' hands. It's exciting. And we are going to be obviously covering it all the way until the final day of the season here on talkSPORT. Next up, we're looking at the day's other results. So we get stuck into Pard's VAR opinions from the weekend. Give us a call on 03717 2233 to the fairest show on talkSPORT. As Dom says, it is Madge and Pard's the final word.
I really don't understand why a manager has to have previous experience in the environment that he's going into. You all appeal for the best in class. How did that work at Manchester United with Van Gaal, Mourinho and Rangnick, says Paul. Morning, guys.
Well, 2 of them won trophies.
Southgate could only handle the British players. Foreign players wouldn't have the same respect for him. They wouldn't be enticed to play for Manchester United. He wouldn't have the pulling power. He'll be a failure to be at Manchester United. Abby is a Manchester United fan in Glasgow. Matthew says, a great show again. For me, Southgate is the next Crystal Palace manager, potentially European football again next year, has potential to do similar to what Emery has done at Villa and take them into top 4 contention. Supportive chairman and his former club, says Matt in Glasgow.
That's the level. That is the level. And that's not disrespectful. I think it'd be a good fit.
He's had a good old freak out.
Count to 10 addicts.
Yeah. He's not a happy boy there. Because you asked him.
No, I'm not happy boy because you didn't want to have the same debate we've had over and over again, and then you had the same debate we've had over and over again. I tried to.
You two did. I told you not to do that, but you did it anyway.
But as well, on a serious note, though, how much does Gareth Southgate want to manage?
Well, that's one of the key questions, actually.
Then, like.
Because I've always had the impression that he doesn't want to go back into it unless it's a job that he cannot turn down.
Yes.
Because the pressure was so high on him. And I remember speaking to him after he'd resigned from England and he was over in on a holiday, chilling out, and he was like, I've got absolutely no desire to come back. No desire. I just need the time off.
I can imagine it's a lot of...
Formula One. It's a sport often seen as insular and elitist, but it's seen a meteoric rise under its owners Liberty Media, not only in popularity and viewership, but in the ability to almost print money. From greater access to more races, here's how it happened. For decades, Formula One was owned and run by one man, Bernie Ecclestone. He was old school, someone who thought the sport itself was enough, and there was no need for all this modern marketing and social media nonsense. But in 2016, Ecclestone agreed to sell his baby to American group Liberty Media. It cost Liberty Media $4.4 billion, and they quickly got to work. We got an F1 app almost immediately, and teams were allowed to show us more from behind the scenes. One of Liberty's most important deals was with Netflix, which in 2019 brought us Drive to Survive. The effect? An almost 70% rise in viewership for races in the US alone. It's massively benefited Formula One online too, with a rise from 7.8 million followers across its social media platforms in 2016 to around 50 million today. New eyes are on the sport too, with F1's own subscription TV channel, which people can watch anywhere in the world. But the main market they've tapped into is the US. There's now 3 races there a year, in Texas, Miami and Las Vegas, and an American-branded team, Cadillac, getting involved in the sport too. More races seems to be the direction of travel. A street circuit in Madrid's being welcomed onto the calendar, while conversations around a Grand Prix in Africa have ramped up in the last few years. More big events could be in the offing too, after the massive F1 75 season launch event in London in 2025. 7.5 million people tuned in to watch it live across the social media channels, and that doesn't include the viewing figures for where it was broadcast on TV in certain countries. It seems Liberty will do whatever they can to grow the F1 brand. Their efforts have been worthwhile too, with Forbes valuing the sport at $17.1 billion back in 2023, almost 4 times more than what they bought it for in 2016. Not bad, considering it's seen as a sport where people just drive around in circles.
Deary me, there's my headphones come out, parts. I'm talking to myself. It is the Final Word phone in here on talkSPORT. It is live radio, anything can happen. Like my headphones coming out. We've still got so much to come on the show, but right now is the only place on national radio talking about football. Keep those calls coming into us on 03717 22 334. I know you're excited, Pods.
Go on.
Even though Ross is away, it's time to play the game. The greatest quiz on radio. Our mystery footballer song quiz. It's simple to play. All you need to do is tell us which famous footballer.
Remember the excitement in my voice.
I can hear it. It's linked to 3 songs. Remember, it can be the clubs he played for, a nickname, or even a record they may have broke. So DJ Kitch, drop the tune. DJ Kitch.
Don't believe me, just watch.
Mark Ronson, Uptown Funk. The Boss. You like the Boss, Pods?
Been to his concerts 4 hours.
Really?
Well, 3.5. Brilliant. Non-stop.
Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen.
It's good to touch the green grass of home.
Bless him.
Tom Jones.
Legend.
Green grass of home. Tom Jones.
Mark Ronson.
Mark Ronson, Uptown Funk.
Yeah, but let me talk about Mark Ronson last night. He won at the Brits, didn't he?
Yeah, he got that achievement award.
A lifetime achievement or whatever.
Contribution to music.
Contributions to music. Brilliant.
He's done a lot, to be fair to Mark.
Love him to bits.
Great. What he produced with Amy Winehouse was just seminal, wasn't it?
And it wasn't until last night I didn't realise. I thought he was a London boy.
No,
he's American, isn't he?
Well, he's kind of both.
Oh, go on.
I think he's like.
I think he was born in the States. I think.
Like, he's definitely.
But anyway, we've adopted him.
He's an incredible producer, DJ, musician. He's incredible. I doff my cap to Mark Ronson.
Amy, of course, and Ray, etc., etc., etc.
He holds both US passport and UK, so he's both. He's one of us both.
Okay.
Born in London, born in LONDON.
Oh, was he? Yes, I knew he was a Londoner. Cheered me up. Well done, Mark. Anyway, brilliant. Anyway, yeah, the 3 songs. Do we need to give out a little bit more of a clue?
So Mark Ronson, Uptown Funk, Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen, and Tom Jones, Green Grass of Home. I'm thinking Tom Jones is Welsh, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. He is Welsh.
Bruce Springsteen, The Boss.
Okay, all right, that's animal.
Oh, yeah, I think, do you know what? I don't even know. I think I've clocked who it is.
Okay, all right.
If you think you know the mystery footballer, then text us on 81018.
I've been part of the process, so I know who it is this week.
03717
Trying to get that competition going.
3344. I think I know who it is. Do you know what? Would you like another tune, Pods?
Yes.
Let's go.
I love it. I like a few tunes. Is it one of yours?
No, this is DJ Kitch is going to give us a tune.
Go on.
Kitch, you got... Remember this one?
This is from back in the day.
Back in the day. Hands up. So let's talk about handball. You see what I've done there?
Brilliant.
You like that, didn't you?
That's why you're a DJ.
So we've got to talk about the handballs of this weekend, Pods. Which one would you like to start with? Because it's been a joke.
Well, I actually print the. I went into the FA book. That's how, I had to kind of resurface this and go back to my roots because Sam Matface is a massive handball fan. He loves an handball. I mean, he literally he's all over them. So he would know this, and he'll be texting in if I've got this wrong. But deliberate handball is and your hand being an unorthodox position, i.e., that you've kind of manoeuvred your hand right to kind of restrict its path in an unusual manner,
and unnatural,
right? So that's how I've interpreted it. Have you seen the Celtic Rangers?
Yes.
Mammoth game that they seem to have every
week.
month. Yeah. But anyway, today 2-1 up Rangers are, and I don't have no loyalty anywhere up there, so I'll make that clear. But it's a certain goal. The Celtic striker, all he's got to do is head it in, right? He hasn't had it particularly brilliantly. He's glanced at it, it's ricochet. It's hit the defender's hand, whose hand is not in any shape or form in an unorthodox position. He is in a position of just jumping. And then Butler makes a save. It's the worst handball I've seen given for a very long time. In the 89th minute. Right, there's that one. Then we had the one today with Mr. Rice. Declan,
elbows.
Because if it wasn't for Ray, they would have scored 4 set plays, right? Because they got the own goal, the 2 goals, and that was going in unless Ray does an unbelievable save, by the way. But that hits him in the arm.
Yep.
And do you know what the rule is on handball, where it starts from?
Where?
Your armpit. So if it hits the top of your arm up the top here, it's not handball. Did you know that?
Yeah, did they change that after Sissoko?
Changed.
After Sissoko in the Champions League final. That's so Spursy.
So, I mean, but okay, I don't want to keep going on about handballs, etc., etc. We all know it. It's a complete mismatch of decisions. We don't know.
Can
where
we just
coming
go back to
going.
when I grew up? Handball or ball to hand, wasn't it? It was that if you like move your hand towards the ball, it's a handball. If the ball slaps your hand, and you got nowhere to be, and it wasn't intentional. It was that was ball to hand. It wasn't a handball. Is that not more simple?
I'm going to give you another example. Right, when I was in Europe, we used to have this winger, an experienced winger. And what he would do would take it up to the fullback, try and get him in the box, and then lift it up to his hand, right? And the coaches of the club told me that's what a tactic that he does, right? And he gets a penalty every time. And when we were playing, he did it. It was incredible. So, because you know what happens? When you're in that situation, if you're on the training ground, if someone lifts the ball up towards your hand, it's almost a kind of natural movement to touch it. So that's where I have a problem. That people play for them, etc., etc. But also, this unorthodox position, this unnatural position, or whatever you want to call it, whatever word or term you want to use, when you are jumping and you're off balance, your arms are all over the place. There is no actual right position for your arms. You can't tell me where your arms are meant to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
So every arm position is unnatural then, because you are balancing your arms to the counter the position you're in to head the ball, or the person's pushed you, etc., etc. So it's a problem that they have to resolve somehow. And the whole weekend's been an absolute mismatch of those decisions. VAR's taken too long, 4 or 5 minutes over decisions, like the sending off today at Palace. There's this situation at Bournemouth for the 12 minutes. It's been really, really difficult weekend, I think, for VAR and referees. And also, we now have the fact that they're all meeting somewhere, with the prawn sandwiches and the glasses of red wine to increase VAR to now the second booking. Do you know that?
No.
So that's coming in. So now we will have a VAR decision. So you get that second yellow card, time wasting or whatever that might be.
Will the prawn sandwiches be like sort of a focaccia type bread? It'd be quite posh, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know if it is prawn sandwiches anymore, but probably a bit of black cod or something like that,
Yeah.
That's what I was talking. And this second yellow card. What do you think of that?
Yeah.
I think we should look at it.
I think we should take more control and take the fun out of football.
So where we go back to that fan who's paid, let's range from what? £50 up to like £5,000 for your ticket, and you got to wait 6, 7 minutes, 10 minutes for a decision.
Well, you know what I say? Roll on the championship.
No VAR.
No Spurs, next season we'll have no VAR.
Yeah, and those pushes you keep doing, not getting. Oh dear.
You can have a push in the.
But in all honesty, I do think it's been a poor weekend for refereeing and VAR and the whole system. And I do hope that as we get into these crucial months where trophies are won and lost, that they get more right than they're wrong. By the way, I'm going to come off the subject a little bit. I'm going to go to April. That's when the Premier League gets decided.
Yeah, okay.
You want to know why?
But I'll tell you in a moment why. Because now we're going to have a look at the rest of Sunday's Premier League results, starting with Brighton against Forest. Frantic first 15 minutes of the Amex with all 3 goals being scored then. Welbeck netted the winner, which was his 10th Premier League goal of the season. Brighton moved into the 11th position. It was just 13 months ago, Pards, since the emphatic 7-0 win that Forest had against Brighton. How things have changed. Forest now sit just 2 points above West Ham, who are in 18th with 27 points. When they got back into the game with Morgan Gibbs-White, I thought, oh, here we go. Forest are going to get something from the game here today. Danny Welbeck getting his 10th goal of the season. Strikers, they are a few a penny these days.
Yeah.
And he is someone you want in your squad, isn't he?
Yeah, not only is he, obviously his goal record is good this year, but his all-round playing, his leadership, his experience. And, you was talking about, should he go to the World Cup? I can definitely see an argument for that type of player. And And a fair credit to him, because I think if at the start of the year, if someone had said, "Oh, Danny Welbeck in the England squad," you'd have probably said, no chance. But he's played his way into that situation, into the conversation. That's what he's done. He's played himself into the conversation. So well done him. Nottingham Forest for me are the slight favourites to go down. What are we on? 3 managers or 4? Where are we, Madge, with the Nottingham Forest manager situation?
We're on the 4th manager, right?
I think so.
4th manager. Wow. Nuno, Ange, Sean,
and then Piera.
Yeah.
And
season.
And it's never been done. And I can't. And I just look at their games. They are at Manchester City. I think they could be in the relegation zone come Thursday night. And then it really will get tense. Let's see.
Got a good message here. Madge and Pardew just back from Brian. What an awful lackluster and tired performance from Forest. Worried that we are now in a fight that we can't win. The games we have left and the desire to press in the Europa League doesn't look or feel good. Players are tired and leggy. Anderson can't finish. And Neko and CHO tried out of position. Edu is the cause of this rot. He made a mess of
technical director.
Yeah, he made a mess of Arsenal. So why did Mr. M bring him to Forest? As for the officials this weekend, don't get me started. God-awful referees this weekend.
Yeah,
all over.
We'd agree with that.
The various matches.
I wouldn't say rubbish referees. It's just bad system. The system needs a complete kind of revamp and look at. The VAR to the referees being a bit, do I make the decision now? What about the linesman today in the Chelsea where they equalised Chelsea? And the linesman don't even he doesn't even put his flag up, although he's 2 yards offside. We have to wait to go to VAR. Rubbish.
Do you know what? And that's why back in the day, and we've had Dermot Gallagher on here. He listens to the show.
We like Dermot. He's one of them. We're a big fan of him.
So many legendary referees in the Premier League, and the reason why, because they just stood on their business and they made their decision, and that was it. And you could dislike them for it, but that was it, and it was the ref's decision. We're still going to be talking about the United and Palace game. And we'll talk about Fulham and Tottenham as well. We'll talk about Fulham's perspective as well.
We're going to go back to Tottenham, are we?
Well, it's part of what we're doing.
Part of the therapy.
Yeah. 03717 22 344. It's Final One Sport.
England striker Ivan Toney joined Drive Today show and was asked whether he wants to see Arsenal win the title.
Arsenal fans hate me as it is, so I can't say too much. But now, I do want them to win. I think it's boring City winning all the time. It would be nice for us, another team to win. Also, a couple friends at Arsenal also. So I think, it'll be special for them. Obviously being so close for so long, and hopefully they can finally get over the line. But I think they know City have been there, done it. So City have that little advantage, but I feel like Arsenal maybe can do it this time.
Yuck. That's what I'm going to say. Do not want Arsenal winning the title. I'm a Chelsea fan, right? It's the way it should be, right? It's the way it should be, Dina. Don't look at me like that. I don't want Arsenal winning the title, mate. All right? I've said all season they will, and I fear I'm going to be proven right. All right? I don't want to win the title.
Right. I thought the massive London derby was Spurs-Tottenham. Spurs-Arsenal.
Yeah, right? They're North London derby, yeah.
So who's Chelsea's biggest rivals? Spurs?
In London, Spurs. I mean, they say Fulham and QPR and Brentford. They're not.
No. So why do you hate Arsenal then?
No, I don't hate Arsenal. I just don't want Arsenal to win the title.
Why?
Because they're London. I don't want anyone in London doing well. In fact, someone's got to win the Premier League title. Give it to Man City. So all I've got to say, give it to City.
Well,
no, not give it to City.
What's your reasons for that? Just because they're
not from
London?
Arsenal fans are unbearable. They're unbearable. They haven't won the title in 22 years. They're still unbearable, all of them. Honestly, the entitlement.
just watch. You can't start a fire without a spark. This gun's for hire. It's good to touch the green, green grass of home.
That is the 3 songs in our Mystery Footballer quiz. Mark Ronson, Uptown Funk. Bruce Springsteen, Dancing in the Dark. And Tom Jones, The Green, Green Grass of Home. Dancing in the Dark, Bruce Springsteen. Is that the one that Courtney Cox from Friends is in the video?
Yeah.
Classic video. Do you watch Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Yes.
See when Bruce Springsteen was in that? That was brilliant. And
No, I don't remember Bruce being in one.
He's in there. And Larry gives him COVID.
Does he?
It was brilliant.
Larry's one of the great characters, isn't he, of modern TV.
He's so funny.
Brilliant.
Literally, if I'm flying on a plane, it's always on the planes I watch it. It's always there.
It's one of them, isn't it?
And I watch the whole season. It's so good.
Yeah.
If you think you know the answer to the Mystery Footballer quiz with those clues, text us on 81089 or WhatsApp for free on 03717223344. Let's now hear from a very happy Man United fan, Dave, who sent us a WhatsApp after his team's 2-1 victory today. Hello, Dave.
Good evening, Pards and Majestic. Love listening to you guys. Just driving from Miami to the Keys, actually. I'm a chef in Florida. Born and bred in Crawley, though, and big Man United fan. Don't tell me how. Don't ask me how, but that's the truth. But yeah, United today, since I'm a Carrick, unbelievable. Absolutely love it. And do you know what I love the most? That standing ovation for Maguire. What Maguire's been through, you know, he's such a warrior. He's an ox. He's a beast, and just getting what he deserves when he walked off that pitch tonight.
Brilliant from Dave there, who's in Florida.
From Crawley.
Sounds nice.
Down
though.
to the Keys.
Sounds
Going
nice.
down to the Keys sounds all right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet it's a bit sunnier than here. Listen, Harry Maguire for Man United. He's
I've always been a big fan of Harry's. I don't necessarily think he's been England's greatest player, but he's been a good player for England.
I'll tell you what, one thing he's done, very similar to Jordan Pickford, in my opinion. He ain't ever let us down.
No, and the one thing I like about him is he kind of faces torment quite well. Like there's been fans, on his case.
Stick.
That's a monster kind of at times when you're thinking, I'm sure he's going to be able to rebound from that. And he just comes out, does what he does. And again, another top player on first contact. And you always think if that ball goes in there late in a game, there's a good chance Harry's going to get on the end of it. He has on a number of occasions.
He can take a penalty as well.
Yeah, no, he's a good citizen. And I think, around all that, it'd be interesting to see one day how he's booked, when he sort of tells his story, whichever way he does it, 'cause he might do it on a blog these days, you never know. What he see in that dressing room, what he perceived went on. Because I think his opinion would be quite sound. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those people that I think, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be getting involved in the dancing that was going on in the Man United dressing room.
Seen the play This Is England? You seen that?
The film?
The play. You know about Gareth Southgate and the England team.
No, I haven't seen that.
Is it called This England? I see it this week. Harry Maguire's put up as a bit of a thicko. I thought it was a bit harsh.
Well, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
Man United 2, Palace 1 from hero to zero for the Crystal Palace centre half. Lacroix is how you say it, I think it's French lad. Lacroix. Controversial setting off. First contact made outside of the box. What did you make of that decision? Pop?
Yeah, I think when you see it, and when I see it in real time, I thought it was a penalty nailed on. When you see it, obviously super slowed down, he does grab him just on the outside of the box. I think VAR could have gone either way with that one. In the end, they went with a penalty, and then off. There was a defender coming across, and he still had the goalie to beat. I think it was a bit harsh to send him off, personally.
Yeah. Well, that means he misses the next game, which is against Tottenham.
Which you're very pleased about.
I'm so... Honestly, when I saw that coming, I see who got this red card, I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah, I think you speak to any Palace fan, they'll tell you he really started poorly. His career at Crystal Palace, he was rash, he was diving into people, he was going into the midfield area when he didn't need to, etc., etc. And they've coached him, worked on him. Glasner's done a good job with him, and he's now a real proper centre half.
Because I think
real addition.
If he was there Thursday, he would probably have Moani in his pocket. Like I thought Diop and Bassi really dealt with Moani well today for Fulham.
Yeah.
So for me, it's exciting because they're not going to have him. But for Man United, let's talk about Bruno Fernandes. He becomes only the third player in Manchester United history to score 100 goals and get 100 assists with his goal and assist in the same match. Fernandes has now become only the third Manchester United player, joining the likes of Wayne Rooney and Ryan Giggs. 105 goals for Bruno Fernandes. Wow. Where would he be revered in years to come in the Manchester United legacy of players?
Well, it's just not been a great era, has it, in terms of winning trophies? I think that's probably what is going to go against him, to put him...
Won a League Cup and a FA Cup?
Well, I'm talking about, the major trophies like the Premier League and Champions League, etc., etc. Although he won the Euros with Portugal, I believe. I'm not sure if he was in that squad. I think he was. He'll be a big player for them in the World Cup. He's been terrific for Man United, really, really terrific. And there's been spells he's had there where he's come in for a lot of criticism from ex-players, actually, more so, I think, than the terraces, about a lack of leadership and, not setting the right example, not tracking runners. But when you look beyond that, when you look, what he's been the team to do, which is offence, create goals, score goals, then he's right up there.
And
in the current era, for sure.
Do you know what? I hate to bring it back round to Spurs, right?
Oh, my God. How have you managed to do that?
Because Bruno Fernandes was supposed to come to Spurs and we didn't want to get the deal done properly.
Okay, another one.
Another one.
That's just a good song, that.
Another one.
Right,
because look how good he's been for Man United in a time where people have looked at Man United as like their worst period ever. And he still won an FA Cup and a League Cup. He's not done bad at all. And I tell you what, to the United fans who wanted to let him go to Saudi in the summer, I bet you're glad you kept him.
That is true. There was a bit of a
lot of
calling.
people
A lot of people we should let.
They wanted to cash in. And I tell you what, I think he's been the glue at Man United with a few other players. And fair play to Michael Carrick for coming in and getting the best out of the likes of Sesko, who of course came with a big price tag. He continues to get the best out of him, even by.
And Steve Holland, by the way, who's played a big part too. He's a good coach they've taken in there.
I think they're managing Sesko so well.
Yeah, they have.
Letting him come on, impact, confidence. Get your confidence up. Still not starting him. Go again. Get another goal. Do you know what I mean? They're using him and utilising him really well.
I think the whole Manu and the whole situation with Amarin, I don't know what happened. Like, the wheels come off a little bit, didn't it, in terms of how to manage the group. And Michael's just picked up the pieces and run with it. And super job. I can't believe. Do you know when he took over, they were 11 points behind Aston Villa.
That's incredible.
And now they're above Aston Villa.
I'll ask you quickly as a manager, because I think some of the issues with, say, like Amram and Mainu, like, it's to do with personality clashes.
Yeah,
right?
The hams.
Yeah, right? How hard is it to control your own personal ego as a football manager when you know someone's got talent, but they might be a certain way that you don't really like?
Yeah. There's obviously players that are your flavour.
Yeah.
And there's players that are not your flavour, therefore. So it just goes hand in hand. And you have to be very, very careful, I think, and very balanced about that type of player who's not your natural kind of go-to player. I think you have to kind of redress yourself and talk to yourself a little bit as a manager to make sure that you're not over-emphasising their weak points, because that's a natural thing for you to do, if that makes sense. Usually, particularly Maverick players, we were talking about Maverick players earlier, it's an interesting one because Maverick players always cut the dressing room. When I say by that, half the dressing room love them, and half the dressing room, usually the defensive unit, hate them because they put the ball at risk. And I'll give you an example of Gordon, right? Yesterday, you could argue he cost Newcastle the game because he lost the ball in midfield in the last third, right?
Yeah.
But you got to put that to one side when you see what he can do offensively and what he's done for you and what he might be able to do for you going forward. So as a manager, you've got to be balanced about those things. But that doesn't mean to say that half the dressing room don't want to strangle him. So that's where the balance lies. But, I think collectively, if you can get a maverick that can constantly perform, and I'll give an example of Zaha at Crystal Palace, who I can compare to Fernandes at United. Obviously, the clubs are at a different level, but Zaha we could always go to. The players would always go to him. They always knew it was a safe call.
Yeah,
we give it to him. He's going to do something for us. And I think that's where Man United are, of course, on a higher level. Yeah.
Next up, we're going to be recapping some of the action from the big day of Premier League football. It's the final word on talkSPORT.
That's a fantastic draw for Arsenal, really, to be in that part of the draw as well, because not only have they got Leverkusen, they then play the winners of Sporting and Bodo Glimt, so they've got a great run. In fact, it could be that you could get a North London derby in the semi-finals of the competition if everything goes to plan. But their potential opponents in the quarterfinals, should they beat Leverkusen, Arsenal, would end up being Bodo Glimt or Sporting. And then they would face the winners of the quarterfinal, which is between Newcastle, Barcelona or Atletico Madrid against Tottenham. So the draw in full then, Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea, Galatasaray against Liverpool. The winners of those two ties will play each other in the quarterfinals of the competition. Real Madrid will take on Manchester City, and Atalanta will play Bayern Munich. The winners of those two ties will meet in the quarterfinals. So we could have a Manchester City Bayern Munich reunification with Vincent Kompany in the quarterfinals of the competition, or we could have Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, some of the most prolific champions in Champions League history, meeting at the quarterfinal stage. Newcastle and Barcelona is the next fixture that came out of the hat. They will face the winners of Atletico Madrid and Tottenham Hotspur in the quarterfinals, and then Bodo Glimt Sporting and Leverkusen Arsenal completes the draw. Well, certainly Arsenal have come out more favourably than anybody else.
Incredible.
That's incredible. I mean, they've got to at least get to the semi-finals for me, if not the final itself. It couldn't have gone any better from a Gunners perspective.
Sunday night here on talkSPORT with me, Majestic, and former Crystal Palace manager, Mr. Alan Pardew, the star of the silver screen now, with the with the lads on the adverts. To see you again on the TV.
Well, how about Neil Warnock has gone back in today? Seen that?
77.
And he's taken over from one of my ex-players, Paul Wooden.
Really?
Yeah, Paul played for me at Southampton. Great player, by the way. Thunderous shot, and a real kind of battling midfield player with a little bit of craft in the locker. So, although I was displeased to see him get dislodged, I'm Neil back in the saddle.
And of course, we do Woody Watch on a Sunday afternoon with our good friend Andy Woodman, who is the gaffer at Bromley. And they are 4 points clear, top of the league at the moment. And some good results going their way this week. Notts County lost, didn't they?
Yeah, no, the results went okay for him as well. So, got a nice little cushion now. They've still got to bring it home. Got to bring home the bacon. Got to keep winning.
Absolutely. They love a 2-1 win over Bromley, don't they?
They love a 2-1 win.
Yeah. Listen, hopefully they can go the way so we can celebrate with them at the end of the season.
Oh, we will be going down there.
We've backed them hard, didn't we?
We'll be dying. We're going straight to Bromley for a night out.
So much to get through before the end of the show. Don't forget, at 9 o'clock, it is all about the Trans-Euro Express with Danny Kelly, fellow suffering Spurs fan.
Yeah, and there's plenty to talk about in Europe this week.
Yeah, loads going on.
Did you see Yamal yesterday?
Yeah.
Wonder goal. What a threat he's going to be at the World Cup, by the way.
And how good were some of those Champions League games in the week?
Yeah, brilliant.
The Juve Galatasaray one.
Yeah.
Wow, I watched that. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
There's so much jeopardy.
And the Real Madrid game, when you talk about tension.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. That was tense.
Great celebration by Vinicius Junior when at the corner flag. Loved it. I do enjoy it. Let's look back at the game of the Emirates today between Arsenal and Chelsea, as well as Brighton against Forest earlier today. Arsenal, of course, beat Chelsea 2-1. Another sending off for Chelsea. That is their 9th sending off of the season, putting them joint top with Sunderland and QPR for the most sending offs in a season of 9.
With still 10 games to go.
With 10 games to go.
So, you know,
what is going on there, Pards? If you had a team that have had 9 red cards in a season, what are you saying to them?
Well, you've got, you certainly got to have some sort of kind of meeting about it and start putting in some sort of disciplinary procedures because, you can't have that going on. I mean, they do obviously lack a little bit of experience in terms of around the squad, but that's no excuse. They have players who have played the game for a long time now. Reece James being, an experienced player now, and he should be the one that's leading that with the manager to sort of, okay, we've got to curb it. There's no doubt about it that they overreact.
Do you think they've got a type of player over Chelsea at the moment because they have got like this sort of superstar youngsters of world football that have all come together? There might be a little bit of
different nationalities,
entitlement there, maybe, because they are such good footballers, some of them, and the ones you see getting booked for dissent, etc. They can be quite flippant, that type of player, can't they?
Yeah. And when you've got that model throughout the club, they've got it throughout the club. So there is no kind of overhang from having experienced players in the background who are perhaps not playing, who are there to guide some of these guys who are probably getting a little bit carried away sometimes with the press and whatever's being said about them. And obviously, as a footballer, 9 times out of 10, you're getting a pat on the back. That's what you usually get. Oh, good luck on the weekend. We love you, etc., etc. But there's a balance to that. Obviously, where they are right now, when they're trying to push for trophies, they're in that kind of crux of what are they going to be, Chelsea? Are they going to be a trophy-winning side going forward? Is that World Club Championship a bit of a one-off, or that summer tournament? It was a weird sort of tournament anyway. But is this team going to evolve into a Premier League chasing team, that can win it, win FA Cups, win Champions Leagues? I mean, you could argue that they've got the quality, but have they got the experience? Have they got the leadership?
And that's the issue. Do they need to go and buy that experience? Because the model suggests that they won't go and do that.
No, they won't do that. 100%.
So they're going to wait for these lads to develop together as a group.
Yeah, and hopefully,
keep hold of them.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for example, Reece James is almost like you couldn't transfer him.
No.
You've got to keep the ones that the ones you really can deliver on the football pitch. You use their experience to guide the others.
What about if Reece James goes, I'm not waiting?
Well, that's a possibility, but and one of the models the model at Chelsea is that the Reece James of this world will be up for sale, I should think. That's true.
Be worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Sure. Arsenal, on the other hand, of course, more goals from set plays. What do you make of their reliance on set pieces? Is it genius because it's so hard to break down defences these days, or is it?
Well, you can't. You can get and you can assemble a team of giants. You can and be really proficient at set plays. And I can think of 1 or 2 clubs. When you talk about Bromley, I mean, Bromley are they're a physical specimen of a team. But, when you talk about Arsenal, they have that balance to be able to play and have players in that group that can give them, warrant them being champions of the league. which they're trying to be. But obviously, this is a major bonus to keep scoring from set plays. They got long throws, they got free kicks, deep free kicks. They're a big threat, and the delivery and the
delivery second to none
is really on the money.
And you know what it is? You know what they're going to do? They're going to do a deep one to the back post, almost coming off the pitch. Someone's going to head it back across, and then they get a goal, and you can't stop it. It's so hard to stop. It's so hard to defend.
It is hard to defend, and they also have the other option of when they all go to the far post and all dive to the front.
Yeah,
and that sort of straight run where in the old days you would be coming from the edge of the box, you wouldn't be coming from that back post. So that's something that they created really, and that causes mayhem as well. But the bottom line of it is the timing, physicality, and delivery, and that they're good at all.
Are they going to win the league, Pards?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
Seen enough?
Yeah, I think the points total they got is just enough of a cushion to guide. And when you look at Manchester City, can they afford to lose another game?
Not one.
Probably not. They've lost 5 already. I don't think they can lose 6.
No.
They certainly can't lose 7. So, for me, it's still the Arsenal.
You say it with confidence as well. It does look like it, doesn't it? But they've still got each other to play. Man City have a game in hand. It's all to play for, and it's going to be very exciting. And, of course, we'll be covering it here on talkSPORT.
I want to go back to April, right? Because this is where I think the Premier League is decided. Here we go. So you got Arsenal, got Bournemouth at home. Okay, you'd like to think that's a gimme. You got then they got on April the 18th, Manchester City away. Ooh. And then on the Saturday after, or the Sunday after, where it moved to, Newcastle United on the home on the 25th. That, right, is 3 key games. Then you go to Manchester City. They got Chelsea on the 11th of April away, and then Arsenal on the 18th of April. So for me, there's your Premier League.
April.
That's it. If you can remain undefeated, if you're Arsenal through April, I think you're going to win the league.
Massive games, and of course we'll be covering them here on talkSPORT. Brighton against Forest. It finished Brighton 2, Forest 1, with Brighton going up goal to nil very early on, with Forest replying. Morgan Gibbs White, and then Danny Welbeck coming on in another sort of 3 minutes afterwards to score his 10th of the season. How worried should Forest fans be of the drop?
I think they should be very worried because they look like they're out of sorts a little bit. We heard from the caller earlier that there's a situation where they haven't really got anybody playing above themselves, and that is always a worry. When I look at West Ham and you look at some of their players, you'd have to say that they're in decent form.
Somerville and that.
Yeah, Somerville in particular. Bowen, I thought he was really good actually at Liverpool, even though they got beat 5-2. So, they got offensive players that are in form. So that's why I think West Ham got a great chance. The 2 boys who come in the window have been terrific. So, they have got a great opportunity. And Nottingham Forest really, really need to get a couple of results quickly, I think, particularly with a new manager in tow.
Where are they going to get them from, though? Their games look hard.
They do look hard.
Really hard.
It's going to be one of those, I think, that runs right to the end. Just that 3rd place, by the way, because I can't see Wolves and I can't see Burnley. As we know, we think they're done. And those 2 clubs now will pick up results, by the way. So when you're playing against them, the freedom they'll have makes them very, very dangerous. So don't think if you go playing Wolves or you're playing Burnley that they're gimmies.
Well, ask Aston Villa.
Tough.
Ask the Villa about Wolves.
Exactly, that's my point.
Brilliant stuff. Don't forget 03717 22 3 4. Coming up next, before we hand the baton over to Danny Kelly, we reveal who the mystery footballer is. So much more on talkSPORT.
friend I know.
That's better.
Drops by to say hello. Will I still see suspicion in your eyes?
Absolutely.
There we go again, Ray. Here we go.
Come on now.
You're asking where I've been.
Whoa.
You can't see the tears are real. I'm crying. Sing it, Ray.
We can go on together with suspicious minds.
Build our dreams on suspicious minds. That's beautiful.
Right. People can put the radio back
Right,
on.
I just want to hear the bit in the ghetto from the man himself, Elvis. This is a classic.
There's a snowflake on a cold and grey Chicago morning. A poor little baby child is born in the ghetto, and his mama cries, 'cause if there's one thing that she don't need, it's another little hungry mouth to feed in the ghetto. People, don't you understand? A child needs a helping hand, or he'll grow to be an angry young man someday.
Just watch.
Mark Ronson and Bruno Mars, Uptown Funk. Bruce Springsteen, aka The Boss, Dancing in the Dark. And this one, Tom Jones, Green Green Grass of Home. Tom Jones. And the answer, of course, Mr. Alan Pardew, was?
Well, firstly, I'm going to just say that this guy cost me a Cup Final winners medal. And it's not Steven Gerrard.
Ah.
Those who have longer memories will know it was Mark Hughes.
Mark Hughes.
Yeah.
Sparky.
And it's, was it St. David's Day today? I think it is.
Yeah.
Hence why it's Mark. Yeah, so we're 3-2 up. Ian Wright's come on, smashed 2 goals in. We're like 5-6 minutes to go. Mark Hughes makes a run down the channel. Gary O'Reilly, bless him, love him to bits. Just go with your runner, Gary. Don't leave him. Lets Mark Hughes go. Takes it down the right-hand side, smashes it in the corner, 3-3, lost in the replay.
Sparky, Mark Hughes is the answer. And, of course, you got Dancing in the Dark. Can't start a fire without a spark, Sparky. Tom Jones, Green Grass of Home, he's Welsh. And Mark.
What a player, by the way. What a player he was. Mark Hughes.
How good was he at Chelsea? Still, only older.
Let me tell you, right? If he was in today's market, in the way we play now, with that, the lone striker, because he never really needed a lone striker. He wasn't one like that. He could have played on his own up there as a number 9. I would put him better than anybody else in the Premier League.
Wow, what now?
Yep, all day.
Better than Haaland?
Yep.
Ooh. Mark Hughes better than Haaland?
Yep.
He did have a lot about his game.
He had a lot more ability to, to play the game. Let's put it that way. I mean, Haaland, we know, is, the bottom line is goals. But Mark, you got enough goals.
Yeah. And like I said, when he went to Chelsea, when he was a bit older, he was still fantastic.
Yeah, great player.
I remember him scoring a crazy overhead kick in the Cup Winners' Cup for Chelsea. He was superb. And that yellow and blue Cools kit, that was a good kit, that was. Talk about kits. Chelsea's away kit there.
Tough boy as well. He actually, I can tell a little good story about him.
Got him. I like it.
Charlton got to the 5th round of the FA Cup, right? We couldn't believe it. And so we're going up to Old Trafford. Don't really think we're going to win, but we got a great opportunity to go there and sort of give ourselves some credibility in terms of a performance. Anyway, half-time comes, 0-0. Schmeichel, I think it was Schmeichel, comes running out of his box, makes a foul on our striker, sent off. So they're down to 10 men. It's 0-0, right? What a chance for Charlton. We had a decent team to go and win at Old Trafford. No, what Fergie does, put Mark Hughes in midfield, right? So they play 4-4-1. Mark Hughes run the show. The 10 men. Absolutely run the show from midfield. That's how good he was.
So that was our mystery footballer, Mark Hughes, a.k.a. Sparky. Thank you to everyone that got involved and sent us a message and sent us a WhatsApp, etc. We had loads of messages today, Pards. Thank you to Jill. She said, "Oh my God, I got one right." Adam said, "Arsenal have scored the most goals from open, the second most goals from open play in the Premier League. The set pieces are part of their attack, but it's not all they do. They hadn't scored a set piece goal for a long time before today." What do you reckon of it?
Well, I still think that the emphasis on set plays is the ratio is still too much for me. I still like them to get it down and play a little bit more randomly, but the corners for sure stick on their policy at the moment because it's reaping rewards.
Oh, absolutely reaping rewards, and it could reap the ultimate reward in the Premier League title and the Champions League. But let's just
League Cup.
Arsenal are on for the quadruple. They are on. Arsenal are genuinely on for the quad, and that's a genuine fact, and that is a scary, scary prospect. And hopefully, all the banter, all the back and forth,
help you sleep tonight, mate. Not with the way Spurs have played today.
Spurs are so bad that I fell asleep watching them. That's how bad it was.
How many games did you lose last year? Was it 18 or 17?
We lost a lot.
Because you're on 13 at the moment. I mean, if you can beat that record, that would be outstanding.
Pard, I don't need these kind of stats on a Sunday night like that. Right. But we do have the chance to redeem ourselves this week. Crystal Palace on Thursday at the Spurs is going to be a huge game. And we got a whole heap of fixtures this week as well in midweek, haven't we?
Yeah, got all the fixtures this week. I'm actually out this week.
Where are you?
I'm at the Brighton game.
Oh.
We've got the Arsenal. So I'm looking forward to that on Tuesday.
And that's at the Amex.
A little bit of a job there. A little bit of co-coms.
Is that the Amex, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a tasty game.
It's a tough game.
Danny Welbeck against his old club?
Yes, indeed. And a whole fixture list. And therefore, we will see when we do our show next week, Madge, the league table could look a little bit different.
FA Cup week.
Spurs might be safe-ish. Yeah, actually, as a Premier League, with a Premier League manager's hat on, it's a big week before you go into the FA Cup.
Huge.
You don't want to go into that week of no games when you've lost. So because you might not have a game, you might not be in the cup, but you might have a cup game. So for whatever scenario you in, you want to win that last league game.
Absolutely. Pod's been good to be back, mate.
Well done, mate.
Thank you very much to you guys as well.
And well done for being so balanced. Around the Arsenal Spurs thing, and that caller patting you on the back.
Yeah,
it's not often we get one of those calls.
Yeah, well, we'll take it. Yeah. And of course, there's always so much you can look forward to on talkSPORT tomorrow morning. We have two legendary footballers in the studio following another massive weekend. We've got two-time Premier League Golden Boot winner Jimmy Floyd Ashelbank.
And a very snappy dresser, by the way.
He's Jimmy Floyd.
Always looks good.
I played the football really nicely. Yeah.
Good man.
He joins Ali McCoist and Ray Parler on breakfast.
Not so much of a snappy dresser, Ali.
Who Ali?
Yeah, no.
He's AC/DC.
Yeah.
It's AC/DC.
Yeah.
I love Ali. He's brilliant. Yeah. While Jim White, Simon Jordan and Martin Keown
I'm a snappy dresser. Simon's a snappy dresser.
He is. Have World Cup winner Emmanuel Petit back with him from 10.
I'm a snappy dresser.
It's a big...
Snappy dresser.
Have you seen the Martin Keown Andy Goldstein beef?
No.
I'll fill you
It's not about clothes, is it?
No, it's about the Arsenal.
Oh.
Going back and forth at each other on the shows is brilliant. Listen to Drive, which is a great show with Goldstein and Bentley, and Simon Jordan and Keown.
I'm constantly practicing my golf at the moment. Thank you very much. I have time for all these shows.
But I'll tell you what, it's good. It's good beef. I'll tell you more about it. With over 700 goals and 447 trophies and 200 international caps between them, you won't want to miss it. That is an insane amount of numbers. The final word returns next Sunday by Next Up. It's one of the best shows on radio, Pards. The brilliant Danny Kelly brings you the Transport Express right here on talkSPORT. Spurs are in the relegation battle. Arsenal top of the table.
Oh, what a perfect weekend.
But we still say, come on, you Spurs. Come on.
Oh, come on, Spurs.
From me, Imagine Pards.
It's a very good night.
So, Stuttgart have got Porto, Nottingham Forest have got Midtjylland. The winners of those ties will meet in the quarterfinals. Bologna take on Roma, and Lille play Aston Villa. It means the quarterfinal could be Daniel Marlin against Aston Villa, Gabby.
That would sum us up. That Daniel Marlin would score the winner and knock Aston Villa out. And if that happened, right, I don't know what I'd do, Crookie. I think I'd walk to your house, Crookie, from here and knock on your door and blame you.
We'll fire up the hot tub, mate. You're always welcome.
But Aston Villa against Lille, they finished 18th in the Europa League group stage. Beat Red Star Belgrade in the playoffs.
They did well, actually, to come from behind. They lost their home leg 1-0 and then 1-2, away.
You should be beating them.
They're 5th in the league as well, in Liga. So
Roma's
should beat them.
The tough one.
Yeah, Roma's the tough one, and it's on the same side as Forest. Is that right?
Well, yeah. So basically, what it means is that if they were to win against Midtjylland, which you might expect them to do, Nottingham Forest, they would find a quarterfinal opponent, either Stuttgart or Porto. Tough draw, actually, that. And then further down the line, if they were to win that quarterfinal, the semi-final would be potentially Aston Villa. That is possible.
Are you pleased you're on the other half of the draw to Genk?
Cookie, you're not funny. Where Manchester United, Alex? Because there'll be thousands of Villa fans listening to you.
They're
Cookie.
also on the other side of the draw to Freiburg.
Yeah,
hello.
Well.
Hello, you.
And Braga.
Guys, you do a lot of games.